for the live Origins thing. We will be starting up some more interviews in a moment.
We're going to do some camping.
Okay. Oh, there's already people watching. Huzzah! As we move around and set up things. All right, so we're just getting some things together here. It will be starting soon, and I need to all right, well, any questions about Origins so far? Maybe from people watching, I can answer a few. It's pretty cool so far. The hall's crowded, but not uber crowded. It's growing more crowded though by the minute, really. Things are starting to pop here. The registration line is insanely long this year, but we're having a good time. I did not have lunch yet, so I know all the guys with the North Market had different things. I'm going to be going for lunch in just a moment. I'm just going to make sure that this is set up and running well. Matt, can you do a quick clap so I can make sure audio is working fine? It has to actually be in front of the camera so I can see it. Giant clap.
I figure I'd do my best lurch.
Oh, excellent. All right. Sound is synced. We're good. What is that?
A Tomric.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm so glad we found those Tomrics. That might pay for our hotel rooms. You guys laugh. Conventions are super expensive. All right. All right. Who's doing? Oh, Eric's starting?
Yeah. Ready when you are, Chaz. Yes, we forgot the clapboard again, but we also don't really need it because it's not like we're shooting like lots of different projects. We just need to sync everything once. And it would have been more space to chew up in my suitcase. Oh, for lunch, I tried, Eric Summerer ordered it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically a Belgian waffle sandwich. It's like brie cheese and apple and pesto sauce on a Belgian waffle. And I thought that sounded interesting, so I did the same thing. It was okay. It was a little too sugary for me, but it was definitely interesting. Yeah, the lines are really long, and as I understand, the reason had to do with a Windows update on all of their terminals or something. So I think Chaz is trying to get my attention. Chaz, I'm ready when you are. I'm ready to go when you are. I don't know if that's actually to blame or if that's just what's being said, but yeah, apparently there was computer troubles. But we had our own here this morning, so I empathize with them. Sam and Z are playing a game that I can't remember how to pronounce. It's some two-player... Hey Matt, what's the name of that game? Here, Matt will hold it up to the camera for you. Hold it up to the camera, Matt. Yeah, that one. Kodinka, that's what it was, yeah. I almost said it was like Connecta or something. It was... All right, I think we're ready to cut to the set, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll talk to you guys again in a few minutes.
We have a White Wizard. I don't want to mess that
White
up.
Wizard Games, yeah.
I'm ready. This one's rolling. You rolling over there? All right, we'll do a clap for syncing. And then would one of you like to hit the little button over there on the timer? Hello and welcome to Summer Preview. Nope, you're not ready yet.
Did they instruct you on we need to clap and then say the name of the publisher and the game?
Ah, no one told me that.
Okay, because there's a separate audio track, so they're going to have to listen to the audio.
Gotcha. It's my first interview of the day.
Well, you got the clap part
I got the
down,
clap.
yeah.
I'm a good clapper. All right.
The whole entire lights of the show go off.
Are you ready for my clapping? Can you handle my clapping? Here we go. This is White Wizard Games, and this is Hero Realms. Hello and welcome back to the Origins Summer Preview. I'm here with White Wizard Games, and we're talking Hero Realms.
That's right.
Which is on Kickstarter right now.
Yeah, we got a Kickstarter campaign going currently. We're already past our funding goal, so the game is happening.
Okay.
We blew past the funding goal on the first day, and we're already into stretch goal land. So that's super exciting. Thank you, backers. I appreciate it.
Excellent. So now Realms is in the title, so that immediately brings to mind Star Realms.
Yeah.
How is this different?
So this is a game based on Star Realms. So
Okay.
the base game and the engine which the game is based on is Star Realms. So a Star Realms player will be able to pick this up very quickly.
Okay.
There are some differences between Star Realms in the base set, and then there are a lot more differences that we explored with the expansions that are available on launch and shortly afterwards.
Okay.
But we'll get into the base set first.
Okay.
So, like Star Realms, there are 4 factions, 4 different colors. It's a deck builder like Star Realms, and just like Star Realms, you have a starting deck and you will buy cards from a central area. It's called the market row, and new cards will come off the market deck, just like in Star Realms. Your starting deck is a little bit different, so it's 10 cards. It'll come with 7 gold, which work like scouts do in Star Realms. They give you 1 gold, which is the equivalent of 1 trade. You got a ruby, which gives you 2 gold, so you can have some larger purchases on your first time through the deck. You've got 1 dagger, which is similar to a viper, and then you've got a short sword, which hits for 2 damage. So so the game starts out a little bit faster because your starting deck is ramped up more powerfully, and then the factions each have their own thing that they do. The division is of abilities a little bit different from Star Realms. And as a Star Realms player, some things you'll notice: the power curve of the game is quicker. The things will ramp up a little more quickly than they do in Star Realms. There is a higher content of permanence. So in Star Realms, you've got bases, and there's 2 kinds. There's the regular base and there's the outpost. In Hero Realms, we have champions, which function like bases in Star Realms. When you play them, at the end of the turn you play them, they don't go to your discard pile. They stay out, and they stay out until your opponent stuns them by doing damage to them equal to their defense. There's regular champions, which have a silver shield, and your opponent can choose whether or not to attack them. And then there's guards, which have a black shield. Your opponent cannot attack you or your regular champions until they deal with the guards. So similar mechanic there. The quantity of these in the deck is higher than in Star Realms. So you'll have forces more. The yellow faction, the Empire, loves to have a lot of guys out, and they have mechanics which are based on that. So, for example, the Man-at-Arms gets more powerful for each other guard you have out. So if you've got a lot of guards, his combat gets higher and higher. You also notice this little sideways arrow here. When you use a champion in Hero Realms, you turn it sideways so you can remember, okay, I've used this guy this turn. At the end of the turn, when you're discarding your hand and drawing a new hand of 5 cards, you turn all your champions back face up again. Some of the Empire cards have the ability to prepare a champion, which means take one of your guys who's sideways, turn him face up again, so you'll be able to use them an extra time. So basically, the Empire is masters of military tactics and coordination, kind of like the ancient Romans. So they are very efficient using large numbers of guys and getting the maximum out of their guys. So they have some cool team-based mechanics like that. They also are good at gaining authority. That little potion bottle there, that's your health. And the Empire is good at increasing its health.
Gotcha.
The Guild, this is the organized crime syndicate that is in the city that the game is based on, and they are good at acquiring things quickly. They can get lots of gold. They can get cards directly into their hand. They can get cards on top of the deck. They're also good at making their problems disappear, so they can often stun champions without using combat, like the ally ability on this death threat. The Cult has the ability to get rid of cards forever. So the Necros guys can thin cards from your deck, and the Wild is good at making your opponent discard, cycling through your own cards, and they have the ability to hit very hard. They have some very high combat cards.
And ultimately, the goal of the game is to knock down, would you say, authority?
Yeah, or health. It's health. It's the equivalent of authority in Star Realms.
Right,
health.
yes.
So in the base game, we have a Star Realms player will be able to pick it up very quickly, yet it'll feel fresh because you got the different factions, different art, different game mechanics on the card, and the different pacing of the game. And then we've got all kinds of awesome things coming in expansions. We've got character packs, which allow you to play as a different character in the game of Hero Realms. You get a different starting deck. You get special ability cards that start and play a once per turn ability and a once per game ability. For example, the Thief has a pickpocket ability that's once per turn, which takes a card away from their opponent and gains her health, and a once per turn heist ability where she can permanently steal a card from her opponent's discard pile once during the game. And then they all have customized starting decks, and then we also have we also have campaign decks, which will allow people to play solitaire or cooperatively against the game. And the campaign deck turns it into a campaigning leveling deck building game. When you complete a mission, cleaning up with your friends against the game, everybody gets experience points, and there are gear and there are skill cards in that that you can buy for your characters. The next time you play, your character has new abilities, new powers, etc.
Wow.
And then finally, we've got the boss decks, which are big monsters. One person can play them, and you can play them against a team of your friends. And we're also going to set those up so that they can be worked into your campaign as well, if you want to play the bosses with your campaigning cooperative party.
And all of those expansions are available on the Kickstarter?
All those available,
right
yeah.
now.
All those expansions are available on the Kickstarter, and of course will be available in stores later this year and into next year.
All right, Hero Realms, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Sorry, I
Sweet.
look like I went a minute over there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's more so that we know that we're at 6 minutes, and if we go a little older, it's not a big deal, but we went a little long on some of our first few.
All right, guys. Yeah. All right, heading back to set.
All, current product.
Well, it still gives you something to focus in on in case you want to come back.
Yes.
I'm keeping it static.
For editing is good.
I'm just focusing up on the clock. On reset.
It has been. Let me know when you're rolling, and I'll clap again.
I just like to think every time you're clapping for me.
Right, it's a solo concert.
Yeah.
Okay. This is White Wizard Games, and we're talking epic. Hi, and welcome back to the Origins Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer here with White Wizard Games. We're talking epic.
Yes,
the card game, and what's coming up next?
Epic strategy card game. It plays like a trading card game, so it plays like a game like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone, where you can play sealed, you can play draft, you can construct decks at home and play against your friends, but everything you need to play comes in the little box and these expansion packs. Nothing's random. The expansion packs have a list of cards on the back of them.
You know what
you
you're
know
getting.
exactly what you're getting. Same thing with the base game. You know exactly what you're getting. A 1-of set is great for sealed and draft, or a 3-of set lets you build any constructed deck in the game. So gives you the play of a TCG but at an incredibly low price, no card chasing involved. In the mode of giving people a TCG style experience, we have created some high-end organized play stuff for Epic.
Okay.
We have casual organized play. Stores can order game day packs and tournament kits and run casual events in their shop. But we also have a world championship with $100,000 in prizes.
Oh.
64 players are invited to this world championship. It's happening in November in Massachusetts near Boston, a town called Framingham, right next to Boston.
Okay.
And we will have 64 competitors qualifying for this. every player who qualifies will win at least $500. If you come in last place in the event, you get $500.
So if you make it to the round of 64,
If you're invited and you show up, if you make it to the event and
Okay.
sign in and you don't cheat, you're getting
Nice little
$500.
thank you for the asterisk
Even
on
if
that one.
even if you lose every round, you're still getting at least $500. First place is $25,000, and prizes ramp up relatively quickly. If you win like half your games, you're going to be getting more than the $500. So we've got a really cool event for people. And so what you're probably wondering is how would
do
one
you-
qualify?
yes, exactly.
So we're going to have events at Origins here. We're going to have events at Gen Con where you can qualify. But your store can also get a qualifier. The way they do this, they get a tournament kit from their distributor. They run a casual event. You take pictures of it. It helps if the players post on Facebook and Twitter about the casual event that they're playing in. And then the store sends the event report and pictures of the people playing and their play space and such into our email, and then and basically that is the process under which they apply. We're going to look at all the stores that apply during the months of June and July, and then we're going to choose stores around the country and around the world to host qualifiers. So information on how to get those is available on epiccardgame.com.
Okay.
And basically just get your friends involved, get your store involved, have a casual event, take pictures of it, and get that information into us, and we will choose among those shops, and hopefully your shop can be one with a qualifier.
and we're also looking forward to an expansion in the future, right?
That's right. So we have the base game, and we have Epic Tyrants out currently. For Christmas, we are working on our next expansion. It's called Epic Uprising, and like Tyrants, it is a 48 card expansion. So there will be 4 different 13 card packs with 12 new cards and a double-sided token in each pack. Just like with Tyrants, there is a ton of gameplay packed into those 48 cards, because every card in Epic is powerful and playable and has really significant game impact. So it's kind of the equivalent in a trading card game of having a set with 48 super powerful rares.
Okay.
So it's a ton of fun. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, lots of exciting things for Epic. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for talking with us, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Get away from that. Cool, I think that worked.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know where Chaz is, but we should probably... All right, we're doing Star Realms next.
Star Realms. Sam is rolling. Okay. This is White Wizard Games, and we're talking Star Realms. Hi, and welcome back to Columbus for the Origins Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer. We're here with White Wizard Games, and we're talking about what's coming for Star Realms.
So Star Realms was our first game for White Wizard Games. It's the game we founded the company on, and it was explosively popular.
Yeah.
And we definitely thank all of our fans for that.
It's only been 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's been out for about 2 years, and it's won a ton of awards,
Yeah.
and we've got tons of players. and lots of players on our digital app as well. I'll talk about that first. We've got a new set called Heroes coming out in the digital app. For those of you familiar with the physical game, this is one of the expansions from the Crisis set. So that's gonna, like all our digital expansions, they'll have new campaign missions, and for people who like to go through the campaign and the solitaire play, and of course we'll have the hero cards available for playing online battles with your friends and such.
Okay.
And then on the physical side, we have a new set that we have just finalized the files on and are sending off to the printer. This should be available for retail in the fall. It's called Star Realms United, and it features a whole bunch of new mechanics we're super excited about. There are multi-faction cards in United, which basically represent alliances between the factions.
Okay.
And these cards have multicolored card frames and faction symbols that are combinations of the existing factions. And when you play one of these multi-faction cards, it will trigger allies from either or both of the factions that they are.
Okay.
And they can have ally abilities from either faction, and sometimes they have ally abilities which can be triggered by either of the factions. And so these cards are really cool for building synergies in your deck, because they can bridge the gap.
Things,
So there are ships and bases in this multi-faction format. We also have a new patch of heroes. These are higher cost and more powerful.
Okay.
When you buy a hero card, it comes directly into play on your side of the table. It doesn't go through your discard pile.
Right.
These heroes have an ability that happens when you acquire them, and they have another ability that you can get by scrapping them. So, and just like the heroes in the original hero set, they do trigger ally abilities of that faction. So these guys can have immediate and powerful impact on the game, and you can either use both abilities right away or use the acquire ability when you buy them, and then save that scrap ability for as long as you want, just like the heroes in the base set. But these guys are more expensive and more powerful and have a bigger impact on the game. So that's a really cool pack. And then finally, we have a missions pack coming out. And it's something we haven't talked about before, and it's super exciting. Basically, the missions, you shuffle them up, you deal 3 of them out to each player at the beginning of the game, and these are secret, and these are goals that you have during the game.
Okay.
And if you can achieve a mission by doing what it's needed on the requisites for it, you get a reward right away. And if you complete all 3 of your missions, you win the game immediately.
Okay.
So basically, it provides an alternate victory path, and you can have a game where you're really close to knocking your opponent out, but they've got 2 missions completed, and you're not sure whether are they going to get that last mission this turn, are they not?
Right.
And also, completing the missions can give you the boost you need to maybe buy a big card or knock out your opponent's base, or so. The mission pack is super fun, and really spice up the play quite a bit.
Exciting.
So,
how soon are we going to see these?
so this is targeted for the fall. I'm going to say October-ish, obviously.
Maybe for Essen?
Yes, maybe for Essen. So basically, with the printing and the shipping, it's very hard at the early stages to nail down exact dates, but fall-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fallish.
And then finally, on the organized play side of things, we have casual play support for local game stores. Stores can order game day packs and tournament kits. This allows you to get promo cards that don't come in any of the other packs, and play mats and limited edition deck boxes and stuff. Stores can do casual events. They can do competitive tournaments, whatever they want. That is available. And at big conventions this year, we have a new series called the Legend Series. We have a Legend Series event here at Origins. We have one at Gen Con. and a Legend Series event, the winner of the event becomes a card in the game. So you'd be featured on a hero card or perhaps a mission card or an event card with your likeness and
Standing there posing epically.
well, yeah. So basically, you can you'll be involved in what kind of person you are, like which faction are you? Are you a Trade Federation person or Star Empire or whatnot? And also
right.
what type of character you are, what kind of abilities you have. So so that's super fun. We love working with our fans on those. And actually, that hero set I talked about that's coming out, a whole bunch of those guys are actually winners of previous events. So so that's super fun. And yeah, and a way for the fans to get involved directly in the game, to literally be in the game.
For such a small box, there's a lot going on in Star.
Oh yeah, we try and put a huge amount of bang for a buck in every one of our games, and that's also true of Hero Realms, which we've got the Kickstarter for going on now.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we're really excited about the next Star Realms set. It's super fun.
Cool.
We're also live streaming. We're live streaming, and also that mic right there, I believe, is picking us up for the live stream right now. So, yes, so what we're doing is a separate video featuring and shoot for 60 minutes video. We actually have a timer for the people. Nobody wants to stay, let's get it going. And so if you want, sit on the left, and I'll give you your mic. You can start setting up your first game. Sure. And let's go.
You can go ahead and set up on that far table. All right.
Matt, is that the schedule? Is that the schedule on that table? Okay. Okay.
First thing is, take all the electronics down.
Or what?
Let's take all the electronics down.
When?
This is over for today.
Oh, well, yeah.
We get to do it all over again tomorrow, so...
I expected that. Yeah. I'm just glad we don't have to build the sign again.
No.
Yeah.
I believe we're just going to be after we pack it all up, we're going to be putting it over in this kid's place.
And then, do you by chance know, because the airport dismantled my rack, I need to readjust everything? I need to find a screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver. Do you know where we can get one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have a little flathead one on my thing, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm the resident nerd. And so Scoop, when I left, Scoop made a little picture.
All right, I think we're ready to bounce back over to the set.
A couple of things I would talk about that I like gaming stuff.
If you can read it really fast.
Can I do it in my announcer voice?
Yes, please. We could both
That would
talk
be
like this.
welcome.
Here we are for the Origins Summer Preview.
Fantastic. Great to be here with you.
We're gonna do, yeah. We're gonna out gravitas each other.
Dropping, Robbie. Those years of broadcasting school really paid off.
They sure did, Chris. All right, are we ready to go?
I should have been rolling on that.
I think the stream got that. That's
That's all right. We can still talk like announcers.
all right. I'm gonna clap and slate, and then we'll just get going.
You got it, dude.
This is Calliope Games, and this is Running with the Bulls.
Running with the Bulls, our upcoming Titan Series game by
I'm gonna
Paul
start over.
Peterson.
Here we go. Hello and welcome back to Columbus for our Origins Summer Preview. I'm here with Chris from Calliope Games, and we are running with the Bulls.
Running with the Bulls. So this is one of our 3 Titan Series games.
Okay.
This one's by Paul Peterson of Smash Up, Guillotine, and just generally nice gentleman.
Yes.
Running with the Bulls is all about trying to get through the town of El Toro. So every player has a number of runners that start on one end of town, and you're trying to get to the fancy destinations on the other end of town.
Sure.
Destinations might be a festival or a bookstore or the bank. You know, you need money while you're on your vacation.
Sure.
Or a casino. So these will be laid out at the bottom of the board.
Yeah.
And this is, I want you to imagine this like a pachinko machine or Plinko from The Price is Right.
Okay, yes.
Okay?
No, I'm with it. Yeah.
I like to describe this as strategic Plinko. So you're starting at the top, and you'll notice that there's these paths, these red and blue paths. You need to make your way through these paths to the different destinations at the bottom of the board, and you do that by playing action cards to manipulate your dice as they go down through the town.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking Plinko, and it's
Yes,
fascinating.
exactly. And now there's no giant wheel to spin. You're not going for $1, but it is Plinko. So I'm going to lay out a few of these cards just so that we have these.
Yep.
They all have different amounts of points that they're worth at the bottom, and some of them have special abilities as well. So when you begin the game, you'll roll your runners, and you'll put them out on the numbers that they match. So these 6s go at the end.
Okay.
The 5 goes over here. This 1 is a wild. We're going to hold on to that for a little bit. This other 5 goes here, 3 goes here. So everyone's going to do that. You're going to lay those out. Once everyone has their dice out there, you then roll
more dice.
Bull for every one of these spots. And it has its own value. Boom, you put those out. And then you can place your 1s. These are wilds. So you can put those on any spot you want. You don't want to go where there's lots of bulls, but you don't want to match. So maybe you just decide, I'm going to go here.
Okay.
And then there's a troublemaker bull. You roll one last bull and you put him in the exact spot that he matches. So now these 5s are in trouble because as you move through to another roundabout, any dice or runners that match the bulls are in danger of being gored, trampled by bulls, and you get one chance to re-roll them.
This looked to be such a happy game, and we've got goring.
Yes, there's goring.
Okay.
Unfortunately, these crazy bulls that have taken over El Toro, they're very silly, but they're all very dangerous as well.
Okay.
So as you go through, everyone's going to have a hand of cards that let you do things. Like, maybe you're mean, maybe you're coming up here. I can play extra beef, and I can add a bull to a roundabout and roll it. So I might be able to get you out there. Okay. You can do things like re-roll all runners in one roundabout. So you can go through, and as we're going to ignore the exact faces of these, but if you have these in different spots, you know, and this player maybe is over here, and this is over here. If I'm white, I can choose to re-roll all of all the runners at one spot except for mine, and I can see if I can make them match that way. So the way it's going to work is everyone plays an action card, and then all of these move down according to their value. You'll notice that there's odds and evens. So like the odds will move down this way, the evens will move this way, and so you're trying to manipulate the dice. Here you go. These guys all are going to scoot down. There's only one path out of here. Same here. This is even, so this guy is coming down this way. These guys are all coming down that way.
You've mixed up the bulls, you've mixed up the runners.
Exactly. So now, any situation where, like in this case, these 4s match a bull. This 3 matches a bull.
Yeah.
they get one chance to re-roll and hopefully not match a bull anymore.
The bull or bulls in
Exactly.
that zone.
So, these guys, boom, 3-4, matches the bulls. They are out of the game for this day.
Okay.
Because one path all the way down is considered a day. So
Gotcha.
you start at the top, play cards, manipulate the dice, try to get to the bottom. That's one day, and then you score points based on your dice on the cards at the bottom.
And if you got multiple people that make it to the bottom, they'll score.
You'll get lots of points. And some of them, like the bank, gives you an extra point if you're the player who has the most runners at that spot at the end of the day.
Gotcha. So each of these locations have some sort of special power or ability triggering.
The casino lets you, if you have any dice there, you get to roll a die and add that many points to your score when you get your points for that, because it's a casino, you're doing that kind of thing. Then there's things like the nightclub. The nightclub is not on the board right now, but the nightclub gives you lots of points, but you're going to lose one of your 6 runners at the beginning of the next day because someone didn't quite make it out of the nightclub, they were partying a little too much, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You'll have a lot of things that let you get extra cards, that let you get extra dice, sometimes it adds extra bulls, you can do all kinds of crazy things. So that'll change every day, and every game will be a different distribution of those.
Okay.
But the point is, you're playing action cards to manipulate the dice, making your way through, trying to affect different things. You can even put directions tokens down on the signs, and then all of your dice, regardless of their value, will follow
Go that way.
Exactly. So it's a fast-paced game. Play cards, try to get to the bottom, score the most points.
You play a number of rounds, number of points. How does the game end?
It's three days, so 3 paths down. So you reset after every day, and that's the game. It's Running with the Bulls by Paul Peterson. It'll be in stores in September.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris, very
Sure,
much.
absolutely.
Thank you for watching. That looks fun.
We played last night in the hotel lobby. Late last night, we were showing some people who hadn't played before, and we were staying at the Sheraton. It's a lot of business types. Some of them have their kids, and they were gathering around watching. What's this game? Can we get this game?
Start player marker?
Yes. Yeah, and that's absolute prototype. It'll
Yes.
actually it looks like this.
The board looks great, though.
There's all kinds of hidden.
It actually, it's like Mad Magazine, Sergio Argionis kind of.
It makes me think of old Wolfgang Kramer games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This one's cards.
it has that old school look, but in a good way.
Well, you'll have things like the bulldozer. There's a bullhorn.
Of course,
There's me. Yeah, Ray and Paul Peterson and Calliope
nice.
yourself are on there. Yeah,
Did you just say
the Dalek is for sale.
Dalek is for sale. Harley Davidson, she's chilling.
Wow.
What did you say, Carly Rae Jepsen?
Harley Davidson.
Oh, okay. I thought
Carly Rae Jepsen is here.
Carly Rae Jepsen. She gave me her number. It was crazy. I'll call her maybe.
You're so
All right, who's ready to throw down?
This.
Find Theseus and win money. What? Up in the corner. Wow, this is cool.
All right. So I know you guys couldn't really see the board on that one, but that looked kind of cool, right? AZ. I think we're ready to go.
This is Calliope Games and Menu Masters. Hi, and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer here with Chris from Calliope Games. We're looking at Menu Masters.
Menu Masters by Zach and Jordan Wiseman. Eric, I know that you've always had a dream of being a master chef.
Boy, have I.
I can't tell you how many times we've sat around the fire and he's told me all about wanting to be a master chef. So now you can do it, wow, with Menu Masters.
Tell me how.
Okay, here we go. So in this game, everybody plays as a master chef who owns a restaurant and wants to create the best possible menu with the highest quality ingredients in their dishes.
Okay.
So you're going to have menus that you're looking to complete in this game. Menus might have different entrees, appetizers, desserts, different things like that, all kinds of combinations. But the menus themselves are worthless until you go to the market, get in line, and actually buy the different produce and meat and desserts that you need in order to make this great menu.
So I've got a cool menu, I got to get the stuff to create.
Exactly. So you'll notice we have these stacker pawns here. The way the game works is every round you have to place all of these and then collect all of the things that you've gone after.
Okay.
So on your turn, you can either get in line at one of these shops. That means you're going to buy one of these 3 items that's laid out at the shop. Or you can choose to own the shop, so any money that's spent there is actually going to come to you.
Okay.
So when I put my pawn here, maybe I'm going after this salad here. Then you decide, I really want to get something here. You will get in line behind me, which puts you underneath me.
Okay.
Then maybe this player goes and they decide they want something. They're going to go to the bottom or the end of the line. And heck, this player here might go and they might come here. Once everyone's put out all of their pawns, it's time to collect the things that you want to get. Everyone starts with 6 coins. Now this player who's got the black pawn, if they want to buy something, it's going to cost them a number of coins equal to the height of the stack. So they have to spend 4 coins to get one of these. Now maybe they decide to do that because this item here is actually green beans of a 4-star variety or a 2-star tomato. Maybe they decide, I really want that, I've got some variety there. They're going to spend that and they're going to take their pawn. The next player now says, I can spend 3 to get one of these 2, but I really wanted those tomatoes, so I'm just going to pass. Now the red player goes, they say, you know what, heck, 2, that sounds good, I'm going to spend 2, I'm going to grab this salad, and it goes through that way. Now, those coins that were spent to get it, if another player had owned the store, they can't buy from their own store, but all the money that was spent there, they would collect.
That could be very
So on
lucrative,
the next round, they're going to feel pretty good. Now, it's not about collecting a lot of money, because remember, you want to be a chef.
Right.
So it's all about getting that money so you can spend it and get that great stuff.
Chefs care not for money.
We don't want money, we want to make great food and feed the people. So, once someone has completed 3 of these menus, they've collected enough cards to satisfy these recipes. 3 cards triggers the end game, you play to the end of that round, and then that's the end of the game. There's a lot of little things in there, like you can combine 2 items of a kind, like this salmon and this salmon. You could make those 2 a fusion type of a thing, as any item from there equal to the higher of the star value of the 2.
Okay.
So you can, if you collect a lot of cards, you can combine some of them to kind of get away with some things that you normally wouldn't. Exactly. So in this game, it's all about deciding when you want to drive those prices up. Because I might not want anything from this stand. I might be a little bit of a devious chef, but I'm going to get in line here and drive that price up because I know that player over there doesn't have enough coins to buy it if I can drive the price up enough. I can be that kind of a jerk chef.
Good.
Oh yeah, I can. So that's it. It's bid basically on what you want to get, drive the prices up, collect the produce and the meat and the desserts, satisfy the menus. Once you get 3 of those, you trigger the end game, and then whoever has the most stars is the winner of the game once that last round is ended. So you go through, you look at the different menus, you count up the stars. Whoever has the greatest menus with the greatest ingredients is the greatest chef and the Menu Master.
The Menu Master.
That's
When
right.
can I fulfill my dream of becoming the Menu Master? When can we see this game?
This game, Menu Masters, will be available in September. It'll be shipping to Kickstarter backers a little bit before that, but it'll be on shelves in September. So you can pick this up. Great design by Zach and Jordan Wiseman. They did a really great job. The art's we got different different chefs of different varieties, a little Pixar-ish type art that goes with these. They each have their own story and flavor that goes to what they're doing there. And this is all prototype. There'll be a first player marker that actually looks just like Chef Juan Sandoval here. So that'll be the first chef marker that you pass around. And the stackers will actually be chef hats that stack on top of each other. So yes, this will be available in September for all the aspiring chefs out there.
Excellent. Chris, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching. Cool.
Food. We're also going to package
more,
it.
right?
Yes, one more. We're going to package it with actual dinners that we're going to make and just put in the box. I don't know how fresh it'll be by the time you buy it, but you know, at least initially, it's going to smell really good in the box.
Sort of like what's the Blue Apron? Blue Apron. That's right. You could partner with Blue Apron.
Yes. There we go. We're going to package a real dinner in the box. We're going to cook it and just put it in the box without any sort of wrapping.
Just put a couple of raw steaks in there.
That's it.
Or just a big scoop of spaghetti.
Yes, get some salmon.
Tomato sauce everywhere.
That's going to be great.
Free hunk of salmon with purchase.
Chris, which deck did you want?
No, we'll just do this one right here.
So what do you think?
Looks fun.
Not bad for a year, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
3 games.
Just go for it.
I think the last time, was it? I think the last time I interviewed you was Gamma a year ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't this past Gamma, it was the one year back. And you were first announcing the series.
You put those in place now.
These? Oh, they're so little.
Only need one die.
Yikes.
Oh no, chaos.
That's all right. Every question stinks except for one.
No. It was just your way of finding the one that we wanted to sell.
That's right.
All right, you guys ready? Everybody loves this stuff. Hive Mind.
Hive Mind.
All cameras are moving.
Film
Wheels are
rolling.
turning. Calliope Games and Hive Mind.
Yes. Welcome to Hive Mind, a game by Richard Garfield.
You want to start it?
Yeah, I should probably start again.
Okay.
That wasn't my actual intro.
Actually do the intro.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I just made it sound so
You
professional.
gotta stop that. When you do the slates, make it sound really bad.
Calliope Games, Hive Mind. Hello and welcome. One more time. Hi and welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview. I'm here with Chris from Calliope Games, and this is Hive Mind. Which is about bees.
Yes, yes. Well, it's about bees in peril.
Ooh.
So this is a game by Richard Garfield, who's
Ooh.
done a few things in the game
One
world.
or two things.
A couple things. In Hive Mind, the queen has taken a look at the hive. Winter is approaching, and the hive is just a little bit too crowded.
Oh.
So she needs to make some cuts.
Okay.
So she's decided she's going to administer a test. She is
Okay.
going to ask the drones questions and see how they answer.
Okay.
Because they need to be of a like mind to the queen, so
need
they
to
can
be
stay.
of a like mind.
I don't understand that.
Oh.
What you're going to do is you're going to ask questions, and you're going to try to match the answers to other players in order to stay in the hive and not move a level down towards the exit. Because if you get to the bottom level and then you are the lowest score again, you are out.
Okay.
Everyone else at the table will win because they stay in the hive and you are the loser. That's right, you are playing.
You're playing not to lose.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everyone else will win. So everyone will start. This is prototype materials right here. These are just some basic things, but these will be beeples. It will be bee-shaped meeples. Beeples.
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 Okay.
They will start at the top of the hive, and you can play this game 3 to 12, but really you can play with any number of people. You can
right.
get a whole crowd of people playing this. We'll provide 12 pawns or Beeples,
Yes.
but you can always get anything you want if you want to play with more. So everyone starts at the top, and then the player who's the active player will roll the die, and they will move the queen a number of spaces, and this shows how many of the lowest answers are going to cause you to go down. So in this case, 1B, the 1B who's got the lowest answers, the lowest number of matched answers, or it could be a number of players who have the lowest score. If you're tied, you're all going to go down together. So then the active player is going to read a question. Like in this case, what are 3 game pieces? So everyone will take their piece of paper, and this will be a full-on piece of paper, not a little thing again.
Yeah.
Everyone will then scribble down. Maybe they say dice, or maybe they say a spinner, or they say cards, like Rodney Smith would say, or they say something like that.
Yep.
Once everyone has answered, you get 2 minutes on a sand timer, then you read off your answers. You get a point for every answer that you came up with. So as long as you wrote something for those 3,
Okay.
you're going to get a point, and you get a point for every player that you match with as well.
Okay.
Now, here's where this game gets interesting. This isn't a trivia game where you have to know like what's the tallest building in Chicago. This is something where it's about your experiences and your opinion.
Right.
So if I know that you are a huge Harry Potter fan, which he is, and the question is, what are 3 of the best books of all time? I might be thinking, well, Eric is a huge Harry Potter fan. I know he's going to write Harry Potter, so I might stock up my answers with 3 Harry Potter books. But you might know that I love Lord of the Rings, and you're like, well, he's going to write Lord of the Rings, so I'm going to do that. So we've just outthinked each other.
Yeah.
If we had outthoughted?
Yes.
Yes.
Outthought.
Exactly. So it's all about experiences, it's all about opinions, and it's all about reading what the other people in the room might do.
Right.
So you don't really have to know a lot of stuff. You just have to answer the way you think you would answer. I played this game with some people. The question was, what are 3 breeds of dogs?
Okay.
And they all knew each other for years. College friends, high school friends.
Yep.
They all answered, and they put, Labrador Retriever, Beagle, and then they began yelling and laughing at each other because they weren't answering what their own pet dogs were. And each of them thought the other would write what their other. What?
Yeah.
You have a Bichon Frise. Why didn't you write that? It's like, I wrote Beagle. I'm sorry. That kind of thing.
Because you have a beagle.
Yeah, exactly. So once you've answered the questions, you tally up the scores. Whoever has, like in this case, it's the lowest score, that player will move down 1 spot. Now let's say the lowest score was a 3 and 2 players had a 3. Both of those players would move down because it's the 1B or Bs that have the lowest score.
Yep.
As you go on, it goes to 2. So now the 2 players or tied players that have the lowest scores will go down, and so on. And there's also 3s. You might get a brief reprieve because there's a honeypot, which allows the person with the greatest score to move back up 1, but you're still going to lose 1 person going down. And there's these hive gates that are here. These are kind of a catch-up mechanic. So if someone's on that level and they're about to go down, you remove a hive gate instead of going down. So that's a little bit of a catch-up thing that Richard included, and it works really well. But this is a game where you play with people. If you don't know people, it gets you to know people. And if you know the people at the table really well, it makes for some really interesting answers. And you just laugh at people and what they put. If I ask you what are 3 unusual pets, you might say a snake, I don't know, a parrot, a tarantula. I might say an alligator and a bear. And when I say that, I've seen people with a bear as a pet. And you say, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it stimulates great conversation. It plays, people just have a great time. You ask questions, you just laugh as you hear people's answers to things. So Richard Garfield came up with it. He loves playing this game with his family, and at first I thought, I don't know about this, it's Richard Garfield, but he knocked it out of the park. We love playing this with people.
How soon do we see this?
September, this will be on shelves. Kickstarter backers who back the Titan series will get this a little bit sooner, but it'll be in stores in September, and we're really looking forward to hearing all the stories of the answers of these questions. It's going to be great.
Excellent. Chris, thank you for giving us the buzz on Hive Mind. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching.
I've been waiting this entire time to say that.
I'm like, when do I get to say it?
When do I
When do I get to say it?
That's good.
No, that was good.
The internet loves you guys.
Oh, good.
Hey, all right.
Yay, internet. Oh, boy.
Was that a honey?
Yes,
When does that come out?
September. It's fantastic, and if you get a break and you want to come by and play a little bit of it, this is a game that you won't want to leave once you start playing it. It's so much fun.
Your microphone when you have a chance.
You got it, dude.
No way.
Thank you very much. Those were entertaining, and I think they'll.
Well, that was something. Yeah, sorry, we can't show you guys more what's going on at the table up there. But at least this way you get to see what I see. Yeah, the Q&A, there's just no logistical way to do that with the schedule this time. So I know you guys missed that.
Calliope with a Crash Games bag.
What?
Calliope with a Crash Games bag.
If we actually don't have anybody ready yet, I might go run outside real quick. Quick smoke.
It's the real world, sir. Take your time, the sound guy stepped out for a moment. Take your time, the sound guy stepped out for a moment.
decided not to bring my Gen Con shirt to wear here.
I don't have any shirts. I haven't even got my Dice Tower shirts yet.
Tom said he had one for me, but he actually didn't. So I have one.
Well, it was funny because like for a long time, Tom like thought that I already or thought that I already got them, and I thought that Tom was ordering them. So the day before we left, I was like, "Oh yeah, did you want me to wear any Dice Tower shirts?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't order any." So
I have
why
a
that's
polo
sad,
he
Mundo.
gave me. He was going to give me more than one. I said, since I don't know how often I'm going to be doing stuff with you, just give me one.
Right.
Which kind of makes me feel obligated, like I definitely need to go to Dice Tower Con and Gen Con.
All right, I think we're ready to jump over to the set.
Hold on, Sam is
This isn't out for you guys, right?
It's coming out of Gen Con, yeah. You want to take a player board and we can just kind of like have those out there?
And the camera that we're getting close-ups on is that one. So if you want to, like, you know,
Okay.
tip it towards that.
Is that,
some close-ups
that better?
there.
You want to put this in
Probably
between
better.
us?
Yeah.
Cool. Chaz, can I give this to you and just kind of put it off on the side for now, and then we'll get it back in the next
Put it
video?
over here somewhere where that it doesn't.
Yeah, where it doesn't hit
pick
the
up.
camera. All right, cool. Don't drop it or you're fired.
Both.
I'm his boss.
He gets fired from us too.
I have a thing for the vlog that I want to record with you, like a 5-minute long
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Are we set? Is the audio good?
You too, bro.
Yeah, you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Roll in here.
Okay, so I got it slayed and all this stuff, and then I'll do an intro. This is Quartz from Passport Game Studios. Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Origins Summer Preview 2016. I am here with Scott, and we are taking a look at a new upcoming game from Passport Game Studios, Quartz.
Yeah, Quartz is really exciting. This is designed by Sergio Halibon and Andre Zatz,
Yep.
who you may know from Sheriff of Nottingham. Really, really very fun, engaging game. As you can see from the artwork, it looks very different. This is going to be released at Gen Con for us.
Okay.
Sergio is actually going to be there at Gen Con too, so if anyone wants to come check it out and meet him, he'll be there at our booth on Saturday.
Nice.
The idea of the game is very simple. So we are all dwarves living a wonderful, peaceful life, mining all of our gems, and we find a new mine that has all of these new gems in it.
Okay.
And I just realized that somebody stole our gems. They're over there. Someone's already playing the game already.
Nice.
That's all right.
Good job. We'll
So,
get those in a second.
We'll get them in a second. The idea of the game is very simple. On your turn, you have two choices. You can either mine for gems in the bags. Let's say you're going to mine.
I am mining.
You're going to take two gems out one at a time.
Bam.
All right,
I
you
got
got
clear
a
mine.
white, which is a crystal, all right?
Okay, I got a crystal.
And then you have
And I
a purple,
got-
which is an amethyst. All right, that's good.
Good.
So you'd put those on your mine cart, and you would be able to save those for future turns. At the end of the round, when you choose to leave the mine, you're going to be able to sell those depending on the sets that you have.
Okay.
Like 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, a rainbow of different colors, things like that. Okay. That seems really easy, but in that bag are also black crystals, which represent obsidian, which, as you know, if you have a pickaxe, you're going to hit those and it's going to break your pickaxe. If you pull out 1 obsidian, it's okay, you're still in the game. If you pull out 2 obsidian, you've broken your axe and you've had a misfortune and an accident happen, so you're actually kicked out of the mine, so you're out of it for the round. Okay?
Gotcha.
So a little bit of press your luck. Well, as you may see, there's also cards involved in the game here too. So what happens is, on your turn, aside from mining, you could choose to leave the mine. And that's where you're going to get to sell your crystals. And if you sell your crystals, you also have an opportunity to buy these action cards, which are going to get used on a future turn.
Okay.
And they're all variable abilities. Some of them are going to be stealing gems from people. Some are going to let you ignore the effects of the obsidian. All different things to help you out throughout the game or hurt your opponents. And there's 2 different types. There's action cards, which are blue. There's purple, which are reaction. The reaction cards will help you when someone else tries to play a card on you.
Yeah.
So perhaps I saw you take a card that said, I'm going to steal a gem from a player. And then I have a reaction card that says, prevent that. I'm probably going to want to try and go get that to make sure that you don't target me. You target some other nice man like Sam Healy or something like that, right? So,
Bam! That's happening.
really, really fast-paced game. It's something that's really fun because everyone's engaged at the table. It doesn't
Okay.
matter what it is that you're doing. If you're pulling gems out of the bag, I'm going to want to know what you pull out of there. I think because of these gems being like played with off the table here, that someone actually doesn't have the black gems in there. So
Okay.
you can probably pull out a bunch here, but in the main game, there's 68 gems in the bag, and 18 of them are obsidian, which are the bad ones. So
Gotcha.
you got some statistics that you can play with there as to, how many gems are already out. Am I going to get caught with a bad one? Do I want to press my luck, or do I want to jump out, get some of these? It's played over 5 rounds or 5 days, so you'll be able to track that along the board. And at the end of the 5 days, whoever has the most money from selling your gems is going to become the new owner of the mine in quartz. So super fast, plays in like 30 to 45 minutes,
Nice.
3 to 5 players, and it'll be out of Gen Con for only $29.99.
$29.99.
$29.99, yes,
Pretty
but
cool.
for you, $29.99. So
Yes.
it's a
I'm
special.
going to Gen Con
The
now.
Z special.
I'm going to be there now.
Yep.
Well, very cool. Thanks for showing it to us.
Anytime, thank you.
Good talking to you.
Appreciate
And
it.
thank you, folks, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Cool.
I do like that cover a lot. It's a sweet cover.
The final one's going to have like a little bit more of a glow on the
Oh,
crystal,
nice.
so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty.
Is this the final box size?
That's final box.
Oh, thank goodness.
Tell people you need more money for better apps, right?
Better iPad cases. Yeah, it is. I think so.
I'm just going to get rid of those. Sam, can you put those over there by that? Yeah, perfect.
They're out of the shot.
Awesome. Cool.
How big a space do you think you're going to use there, Scott?
Not much more than this.
Okay.
Not much. I mean, we might get into our hands, right?
Okay. I think when it goes to your hands, that can
Okay. Cool.
nice and tight on the cards.
Okay. Actually, if you want, I can set it up where.
Almost.
Let's just make a ghost player out here, like that.
Cool. Okay. You rolling, Sam, also?
Rolling.
Okay, here we go. 3 Wishes, Passport Game Studios. Hey everybody, we are in Columbus, Ohio for the Origin Summer Preview 2016. I am here with Scott from Passport Game Studios, who's going to be showing us 3 Wishes.
Yes.
And this looks like a game with very few components. What is going on?
It is a micro game. Yeah, it's 18 cards total. Plays 3 to 5 players. Takes about 5 minutes to learn and 5 to 10 minutes to play.
Okay.
Very, very low price point, $9.99. It's going to be available at Gen Con later this year at our booth there. And the idea is very simple. We're on our way home for the evening. We've had a fun night out reveling, and we find a bottle. And inside that bottle is a genie. And he's both benevolent and mischievous. He's going to grant us 3 wishes, but only one set of 3 wishes. So you want your 3 wishes, I want my 3 wishes, Sam wants his 3 wishes, Tom wants his 3 wishes. We got to figure out what are the 3 wishes we're going to ask for.
Okay.
So we've decided as a group that we're going to ask for a superpower, which is blue, which is something for us.
Okay.
We're going to ask for a gift, which is yellow, which is something for someone we know and love. And then we're going to ask for a world harmony, which is a pink card, which is something for everyone. So something for us, something for someone else, and something for everybody.
Okay.
And you may say, that sounds really cool. And this artwork looks great. It's all new and different looking. And the idea of a super quantum computer or immortality is awesome. But how do I actually get these wishes, and how do I make these wishes and win the game? The concept is you want to have one of each, so a pink, a blue, and a yellow. and you're going to get dealt 3 cards at the beginning of the game.
All right.
You don't get to look at any of them. You don't get to
Ooh.
see what any of these are.
Okay.
The very first thing you do is everyone will look at 1 card, and they'll, as the magician says, commit it to memory. Go ahead, feel free to pick one, right? So you look at it and you see, does it have a number in the upper right-hand corner, which will be your score at the end of the game possibly, what color it is, and if it has any special text. There are some cards that will give you twice your score. There are some cards that if you combine them up together, you will automatically win.
Okay.
And there's one card, which is my favorite, which is time travel. If you wish for time travel, you get caught in a paradoxical loop, so you can't win the game. So if you're stuck with time travel, even if you've made a complete set, you cannot win the game at all.
Gotcha.
So you don't want to get stuck with that card, okay?
Gotcha.
So right now at the beginning of the game, everyone would know 30% of what's in front of them. On your turn, your actions are very simple. You can take 2 actions, and they can be 1, to look at any card on the table.
All right.
So you would look at 2 in the center, which are kind of the neutral cards, any of your opponents or any of your other cards. So if I decided I wanted to look at one of my other cards, I could see that and see what it is. I can swap any 2 cards on the table. I could take 1 from the center and 1 of yours. I could take 1 of mine and 1 from the center. I could take 1 of yours and 1 of Sam's and switch them around, however I want to do that, okay? And the final thing you can do is you can shuffle. So let's say that through the course of the game, people start to learn where all the cards are, and you know where the 2X cards are. And maybe one of them's mine. I could decide to take my cards and shuffle, where I pick them up and shuffle them 3-card Monte style. I put them back down, and then I'm allowed to look at 1 for free. So I get a little bit more knowledge out of that. But if you knew one of these was time travel or one of them was the 2X card, it's now a little bit less obvious as to where that is.
So you can
right?
just shuffle one set on the table?
Just your own.
Just
Shuffling
your
is
own.
only your own.
Okay.
The swapping and the peeking you can do with anybody else's, right? So that continues around the game. Like everyone's going to be taking 2 actions. It's nice because you can combine them in any form. So if you don't like one of the cards that you know is in front of you and you want to know what these are, your first action could be to peek. And then I could say, hey, this is Solve World Hunger. It's a Harmony card. I need to get it. I could then swap it with one of the cards in my tableau. Okay?
Gotcha.
After the 3rd time around the table is completed, a 4th action is added into the game where anyone can declare endgame. And when that happens, it's the only action you can take on the turn. You flip over your cards, and if you have a complete set, 1 of each, you score those points. Everyone else flips over their cards as well, and if they have a set, they'll score their points as well. That's where it can get tricky. We've played this game, as again, it goes 3 to 5 players, with 5 players and all 5 players completing a set. So what happens is then you go to your scoring. So for example, the set we have here with Immortality, a quantum supercomputer, and a teleportation grid, that would score you 6 points. If you happen to have had someone else had similar type cards but had the Universal Cure, they would have 7 points, they would actually win the game. If there's a chance where it actually ties, if you and I both had 6 points and completed a set, the person actually declared endgame breaks the tie.
Gotcha.
So you got a little bit of a tiebreaker in there. Very, very quick game, very, very fast paced, beautiful artwork, brand new artist, Maria Markowska. We're very excited about that. Really, really cool, fast paced micro game. So,
Very neat. Very neat.
very low price point, $9.99.
And you said this is going to be available when?
At Gen Con.
Okay.
Yeah,
very
for
cool.
you, possibly this one will go home with you. I don't know.
Ooh.
Depends on how nice you are.
Oh,
But you're
I
pretty
might
nice.
get my wish after all.
You might, that's right.
It's the day of bad puns so far.
There you go.
All right, well, this is good. Thanks for showing it to me.
Thank you very
man.
much.
Good talking
Appreciate
to
it,
you.
guys. Yeah, anytime.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Cool. And yeah, this is yours.
Cool, cool. This is not final, right?
No, this is the final artwork. Yeah, this is the
No,
final,
production's
the
not
final
quite
quality.
final, but-
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a lot of fun to play last night. I'm terrible at it. But it
You
was
did
still
play
fun.
last night?
That's okay.
Oh, cool.
There you go. And the rules are in there. It's on 3 cards. The final game is going to come in a box the size of love letter, and it'll have little wood tokens. So whoever wins a round, you get the token. Play to 4 if you want, or
right,
however
right.
many you want.
Right,
Most
right.
people.
Turned into pick on Chaz.
Well, every game turns in. No.
Very cutthroat.
It can be, yeah. Yeah, it can be very strategic, yeah. It does, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a very fun game. I'm hoping that's going to be our love letter. So, all right.
No.
How do we want to do this for
The other one.
purposes
Nice shot,
of the camera?
Nice shot.
Depending on which way you get glare, I guess. I think if it sits on the table, you might actually avoid glare. I don't know.
I am a nobody. That gives me a certain degree of anonymity.
We doing one more here, Chaz?
I figure everyone else has got their butt cheeks in this camera.
Ready? Okay, 1 sec. Jump in the set.
Is this called Tokaido Solo?
No, it's called Tokaido app. It's just there's a solo button. There will be a button for
It's not
online
done,
play
right,
and things
gotcha.
like that. Right, right.
Okay, thank you. Tokaido app, Passport Game Studios. Hey everybody, and welcome back to our coverage of the Origin Summer Preview 2016. We are here with Scott from Passport Game Studios. We are taking a look at not a physical game, as you can see, but instead an app, which is obviously a work in progress here on the iPad, and that is Tokaido.
Yep. You guys are the first ones seeing this.
This is very exciting news.
Very exciting news.
Walk me through this a little bit. We're going to get this mostly on the close-up.
Sure, sure.
So it won't be a lot of us, but
yeah, it's okay. It's much better to look at this than our
absolutely.
faces. So, most people are very familiar with Tokaido. It's been a very popular game of ours. It's a partner of ours, Funforge in France, that does the publication, and we do the distribution of the game.
Yep.
They're the ones that are bringing the app out later this year. The target right now is the Essen timeframe, or a little bit after Essen, so October-ish timeframe. This is a work in progress, so everything you see is kind of a beta, and it's still in motion. But the concept was a little different. Most people are going to make a digital version of a board game where you just digitize the tabletop experience. You take that tactile feel of what you were doing on a tabletop and make it digital. What Funforge did, which I really love, is they came at it from the concept of making a video game based on a board game. So what you'll see here is you have the option to choose different number of human players and different number of computer players. You can also choose a return trip. If you're familiar with Tokaido, you take a journey from Edo to Kyoto. The return trip allows you to go from Edo to Kyoto and then back to Edo, so a longer game if you want. So we'll go ahead and click start here. You initially get an introduction from Saru the monkey. He tells you a little bit about the game and what you're going to be doing, which is having the most enriching journey along the way. And you're given a choice of 2 characters to pick from. It'll give you the character's abilities at the bottom. So let's say we wanted to pick this character where every time we go to a traveler space, we'll get to draw 2 travelers and choose one of them. Go ahead and click that. We'll see who our opponents have chosen. And you'll see already you get a little bit of 3-dimensional artwork in here, right? It's not the flat, tactile board experience. We'll go ahead and click start and you'll see the full 3-dimensional world comes into play. This is not a flat board or even a 3D isometric version of the board. This is a full 3-dimensional environment here. You can zoom in, you can see our characters are at the inn here. We're actually going to get to go first. We actually have an icon above our head here at the table, and our player icon is kind of pulsing here to let us know about it. When you play Tokaido, you're going to choose a spot to go to, and you're going to take the action of the spot. What you can do is you can go as far as you want ahead into the next inn, so you can go into any of these spots. You can click on them and it'll tell you that's where you're going to go. If I click on it again, it'll confirm it and take me there. But the other option you'll notice at the bottom is that there's all these different spaces, which are the same spaces on the board, just more in a linear fashion, right? And the ones that have 2 places, because we are playing with 4 players, are open, so we have the option of going to one of those 2 spaces. So let's say I decided I wanted to go to that traveler spot right there. I could do that, or I could click on the bottom and it's going to take me to the traveler spot. In this case, we know because we have the character that gives us the special ability of drawing 2, we know what they are and we can choose one of those 2. So we'll go ahead and choose this one to give us some more money. Up in the corner, you can keep track of your stats. We've donated 0 money to the temple. We have 12 money in hand. And if we wanted to see our entire tableau, we could click that and see all the cards that we were going to have in our tableau, right? Gotcha. So this person tells me we're giving you coins. So we've gotten some extra coins. It shows we have 12 coins. And then the AI players will go ahead and take their turns and they'll move throughout the city. There's a lot of little things that'll interact. The signs move around. As you cross the bridge, you'll see it lights up and everything they touch interacts with them. So it gives you a completely different experience of how to play Tokaido. And if you've never played the board game, you don't even feel like you're playing a board game. You feel like you're playing that actual video game experience here, or an app game experience that just so happens to be based on a board game. So our hope is that it will give players who love Tokaido a new way to experience it, and players who haven't seen it before a new way to discover it and get into it, both from a digital version and from a physical version as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea that no matter if someone comes to Tokaido from the board game first or the video game first, the other one will later appear to be based on the first one they experienced.
Exactly,
so
yes.
they discover this and then...
And there's more to learn.
There's a board game based on that video game.
Yep.
They won't know that it was the other way around because it is a video game.
Exactly.
And it comes across that way. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking game.
Thank you,
and this is still a work in progress, as we said.
It is, yep.
It's, the colors just pop and the whole thing
There's a
keeps
lot of
the
really
aesthetics
cool
of the
details
board
too.
game, you know?
If you click on one of the panoramas, which is one of my favorite part of the game, is building out your panorama choices. If you click on and you go to one of them and choose that, it actually paints the panorama for you. So a lot of little details that PhoneForge is really focused on to bring out the artistic nature of Tokaido.
Sure.
The number one thing that I hear from people when they talk about Tokaido is they feel like they're playing a work of art.
Right.
And Nayade did a tremendous job of the artwork in the game and all the expansions, but this just kind of lends itself to that experience. It's more of a artistic flair than just that digitized version, which is really, really cool. So we're very excited about this. Like we said, going to be out later around the Essen time frame.
Okay.
Not final sure on pricing yet, so that'll be something to look out for. It'll be available on iOS, Android, PC, Mac, cross-platform. It does work on phones as well. I've actually got it on my phone and been playing on that. So
Very nice.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff.
And obviously you can play pass and play. You can play with solitaire with the bots. There's a few different ways to play there.
Yep.
Very cool. Very excited about this one.
Yeah,
It
we are
looks great.
too. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
thanks
looking
for
forward
showing
to
it to us.
Anytime.
And-
We'll have this actually, if anyone's here or watching, I don't know if you're going to get it up.
Yeah, we have it live. So
We
if
will
you're
have
here-
it in our booth. Come check it out. We got it set up on an iPad stand, and if you're going to be at Gen Con, we're going to have it there as well, so you can play it there. So,
Nice.
yep.
Nice, very cool. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and check this one out, Tokaido on a video game setting and on lots of different platforms. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you.
Cool. It's beautiful. I know. It's like it's almost like you just want to let it play itself. You an exclusive on.
Awesome, man. Good talking to you, bro.
Did you like it?
Oh, wait.
Is Tom doing Jay?
I'm not sure. He knows if he wants to come talk, he needs to come here.
How many games is Rio Grande doing?
Huh? No, what I'm saying is he going to interview Jay?
Oh. I don't know. Chaz.
Yeah, if you get to play that Wishes, that's a fun game. I think.
What?
If you get to play that Wishes, that's a fun game.
Play what?
Wishes, the one game.
Oh, yeah.
Download.
3 wishes.
Oh yeah, 3 Wishes, sorry. You look beat, Z.
Huh?
You look beat.
Well, this early morning thing was like cool. Waking up at 7, I was still in bed. Tom's like, "We're eating already." I'm like, "Hey, I just want to sleep." The whole morning thing is not my speed.
I slept on the floor. I don't want to hear it. Because we had
You guys have a
Tom.
room that's like,
Yes, but it only had 3 beds and
well, then I don't want to hear it. So at least I got a bed. The room might be small, but I slept in a bed.
Oh, let me make sure Eric mic'd up properly.
We're just all talking about the minion.
Just a what?
We're just all talking about the minion.
Oh, because I saw the box.
Dude, he's... Dude, this is going to take forever. It's going to take forever. Because Jay is already slow. Oh. Oops.
Audio clip section. Times stupid things came out of our mouths at Origins of the shotgun mic was on. Tom's. Does it say Barks on it? They just make root beer.
Yes, they don't. They also make red cream soda.
The only WizKids game that currently appeals to me is Star Trek Attack. You guys getting ready?
I'm ready to roll.
Let's just get started. I'm recording.
All right, bouncing back to Shat.
You ready?
You guys rolling? This is Tiffin from Rio Grande Games. Hello and welcome back to our Origins Summer Preview. I'm here with Jay from Rio Grande Games. Hello, Jay.
Hi there, how we doing?
This is Tiffin, which
right.
is, I just was reading the rule book. It is the Mumbai lunch delivery game.
Right.
That sounds exciting. What do we do in Tiffin?
Well, we're delivering lunch.
Okay.
You know, people go to work and they get hungry at lunchtime.
Yep.
And basically there's a very well organized, as I understand it. I've not been there. Actually, one of the designers has been there.
Okay.
And they have guys on bicycles that deliver lunches to the hungry workers throughout Mumbai. Essentially, they collect the lunches from the workers' homes and deliver them to where they work.
Huh.
And so in this game, basically the players are competing with each other to be the best at delivering the lunches. So it's a pick up and deliver game in India.
Excellent.
And actually it's really brand new. We're releasing it here at Origins.
Oh, great. So we got cards, we've got cubes, we got locations. Is that what these little boards are?
Basically this is the route.
Ah.
And so you have to complete the route using cards which say how far you go and things like that. But there's possible flat tires and other things that can interrupt you. But you're trying to pick the route that will get you there the fastest. But you don't want to get there too soon because they're not ready to eat.
They're not ready to eat yet.
So it's you have to kind of balance when you get the things delivered. You know, if you get there too early, then there's some negative to that because they weren't quite ready and the food will be cold by the time they eat it for lunch. And of course, if you get there after lunch, it's too
right.
late.
So timing
is important.
Is everything.
Yes.
Tiffin, the game of Mumbai lunch delivery.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Crown and Kingdom next? Yeah, let's do that.
Whatever's there.
Whatever's next in line.
Whatever's next in line.
Crown and Kingdom.
Oops.
There's one cube that just
tried to hide. Okay, there we go.
Supposed to stay out?
We're covering it up with
that's
dots.
hiding.
This is for Dominion.
Got it?
That's hiding.
One big pie.
Yeah. Do one player. See if I can have blue here. I reached for blue, but I got yellow.
So these are all one players.
Yeah. And then we got some coins, and that's enough.
Okay.
Hey, I got it right side up. So those are not hiding
That
anymore.
way. We good on the close-up?
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Rolling and rolling. This is for Crown and Kingdom from Rio Grande Games. Hello and welcome back to Columbus for our Origin Summer Preview. I'm with Jay from Rio Grande Games. Hello, Jay.
Hello.
And this is for Crown and Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a relatively new game. It's
Okay.
been out for a month or so. You have a board that is changeable depending upon
You can shuffle them
the
around.
number of players and
flip
so
them.
on. It's sort of randomly created a number of different pie segments based on how many players you have.
Okay.
Basic idea is the king is dying. I know it's a
The
theme
king
that's-
is always dying.
Yeah, isn't it?
We
isn't
need
it
a
fun?
doctor for the king.
We do. But these guys don't want a doctor.
Okay.
But the problem is there's not a real heir, so nearly heirs are sort of fighting to become the heir.
All right.
And so during the game, the players will take their various, and there's 5 different characters, each with different abilities. And so during the game, you place the characters on the board, move them around the board, try to gain the most influence in each area. And once you have the influence, you put your influence marker there.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to maintain influence. You can then move to another place. The first player to have an influence marker on all pie segments or all segments of the country or
Yep.
whatever will win the game.
Excellent.
There's a lot of back and forth, and there's some attacking and some defending and things like that.
So once you've put your influence marker out there, it's out.
It's out in that segment for the rest of the game.
rest of
So
the
you're
game.
just trying to get one influence marker in every spot of the game, and then you win.
Excellent. For Crown and Kingdom, available now.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
And we fell on the floor. I hope we didn't break anything.
No, I think as long as I think Derek's okay. So yes.
Okay.
Two more coins. Alan's Adventureland.
Thank you.
Tom talked about playing this one. It sounded fun.
It is. Sure. I think I got it. Don't need all of these. I'll leave this out because it's kind of useful. Ooh, can you open that
Yeah.
real quickly?
Oh boy. That's a lot of wood.
That's a lot of wood.
All right. And you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Just pocket the plastic here. How's it looking? Everybody good? This is Rio Grande Games and Alan's Adventureland. Hello and welcome back to Columbus for the Origin Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer here with Jay Tummelson from Rio Grande Games.
Hi there.
This is Alan's Adventureland, a game about one of my favorite subjects, amusement parks.
That's right. In this game, we're building amusement parks.
All right.
The game comes with a whole bunch of these. I don't remember the exact number.
Lot.
But the idea is these are wooden blocks, and each side is different because during the game, you're going to be building amusement parks bigger and better during the game. The higher it is, the more valuable it is, so you want high ones. But
Okay.
small ones count too, and you're not going to have enough turns or opportunities to make everything big. We did include this nice thing in the box because there's a very specific way in which you put the stickers on the blocks. They're two-sided.
Okay.
So there's a sticker sheet, and they're all in pairs. So we kind of remind people,
Work your way in pairs, don't just willy-nilly.
Yeah, because otherwise it's not going to work. Basically, during the game, you have a chance to draft the cards you want, which then you use to build up the rides you want. There's different kinds of, not only do you score for how high it is,
Yep.
but also there's bonuses for filling up all the blue squares or all the yellow squares. And there's also, at the very end of the game, you also score for each row and each column, how many rides you have in that column at each level. So, very fun game. If you like amusement parks, you'll love the game.
And you pulled out several different layouts for the grids in the game.
Right. It's a 2 to 4 player game, and there's actually each board is different, and it has 2 sides. This is sort of a generic side,
right,
where all the sides are the same, and on this side they're all a little bit different, giving people different goals and different strategies to win.
Excellent. And this is available?
Available now.
Right now. Thank you very much. Alan's Adventureland. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a long talk about this sheet and decided not to put it in the rules because it might get lost in the rules, and if people start putting the...
Oh, right, they'd start putting together first before they start reading the rules.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, we know. Tin Goose next, please.
Oh, you want to do that one? Sure.
Yeah.
There you are.
Thank you.
So do you have your usual big room of
yes, we
demo
do.
games?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is that a ribboned event, or do you keep that open?
It's open. I think we try to get ribbons because people like to collect them, but you really don't need one. Let's see, I need some of these and some of these, and we'll throw some pieces on the board.
I like the airplanes.
Yeah, they're nice.
Just anywhere in cities?
Yeah. But sort of connected, so.
Sure.
Yeah, that can be there.
Red.
Sure. That'll work. We don't need everything there.
Okay. I think we're ready, guys.
Go. Roll.
Rolling.
This is Rio Grande Games and Tin Goose. Hi, welcome back to our Origins Summer Preview. I'm here with Jay Tumbleson from Rio Grande Games. Hi,
Hello.
Jay.
Hello again.
And this is Tin Goose.
Right. You know, it's not a railroad game, it's an airplane game.
It's an airplane game.
And
it's nothing like a railroad game.
Yeah, it's very much like a railroad game. Except you're building airplane routes instead of train tracks. It's 7 turns, that's it. Played across 3 eras. Basically what happens is the first era is the golden era, and you'll have 2 turns in the golden era, and then you're going to have 3 turns in the blue era.
3.
And then 2 turns in the red era.
Okay.
Yeah. During each turn, a player, at the beginning of the game, player gets 10 cards. 3, 4, and 3. So you're going to use 2 of your 3 yellow cards.
Okay.
Or gold cards.
Yeah.
3 of your 4 blue cards, and 2 of your 3 red cards.
Yes.
You know at the beginning of the game what your chances are, what your options are, what you can do.
What you're trying to happen.
Generally speaking, you'll have 4 things you can do. You can either auction off a plane, and that's auctioned to everyone.
Okay.
Okay. And planes are good because they allow you to expand your route.
All right.
And the other things are all bad. So this is a game of managing badness.
Okay.
Normally I don't like those sort of games, and I was a little concerned about it, but when I play it, I love it.
Okay.
Because you know the badness is coming. You know, in some games you're not sure when it's going to happen, how it can hurt you and whatever.
Okay.
Here, it's pretty definite.
All right, I see a hazard track.
There's a hazard track. Yes, all of the planes, if I can find a plane, which I can't, of course, planning better would have been, all the planes have a crash amount, how dangerous they are, and how much oil they take.
Okay.
Okay, so during the game you can arrange to buy planes that have small numbers here, reducing your risk in the case there is a crash, in which case people are negatively affected by a crash, or if there's an increase, a payment of oil. If you have small oil consumption, then you're in good shape. And there's also options for a labor strike. Again, you have, if I can find one, I think I did, you have tokens which allow you to essentially assist yourself in the event of a labor strike.
Okay.
So the 3 bad things that can happen, and they will happen.
Great.
Because they happen often enough in the cards that, and of course, since you play them from your hand, you can often mitigate the effect on you because you play it at a time when it,
You know that it's coming.
you know, generally speaking, the hazards always affect people who are, in the case of the hazard, have the highest hazard number, and the person with the lowest hazard will be unaffected or helped. So if you believe it's coming, you can try to make sure you're that way. Or, as I've done in some games, you can just say, I'm going to play a different strategy, I'm going to try to make money a different way, and when the strike comes or when the crash comes, I'll deal with it, but I've done other things well enough that I don't care.
Okay.
7 turns, you're done.
Excellent. When is Tin Goose available?
It's available now. Oh, there's one other nice thing I like about it. There's bonds you can take. You can take a bond anytime, and you get $40 or 40 million bucks or whatever, you know,
whatever the
whatever the
quantity
denomination is. And at the end of the game, you give back $40. It's a money game, so whoever has the most money wins. However, if a crash happens or something bad happens and you have to pay, which you often do, and you don't have enough money, then you can immediately take a bond, but you only get $20. But at the end of the game, you still pay $40.
Oh, okay.
So you're never going to go bankrupt, but I've seen.
But knowing when to lend.
I've actually saw a player have 6 of these at the end of the game, finish second.
Oh.
So it's how you manage the things that counts, not the fact that you didn't take bonds or didn't take loans, whatever.
Tin Goose. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. All right.
One more and we're done.
Now we move on to Dominion.
Yeah.
This went like this, and then like this. It's always an interesting challenge.
Thank you.
Now we can finally bring out the metal coins.
I can bring out the metal coin, Jay. I've got one of each, yes. Okay. At least one of each. Just to emphasize.
Oh, there you go, yeah. That's a lot of coins.
96.
Any particular cards that you want to highlight?
I'll,
Or you want to pull them out as we go?
maybe I'll set them here. Here's another example. That's enough for starters.
All right. We're going to start laying cards out in this general area as we go. You'll just adjust. Okay. You're,
Am I face up here? Hey?
Yeah. That's always a good thing to check first. This is Rio Grande Games and Dominion Empires. Hello and welcome back to Columbus for our Origins Summer Preview. I'm here with Jay Tummelson from Rio Grande Games, and this is the latest from the world of Dominion, Dominion Empires.
Yes, it is.
And
yes,
the first thing that's just bling-tastic is all these metal coins.
Yes, metal tokens. Well, we've used them before in the game, and we had a reason to use them again. We've changed things just a little bit. We've had 1s and 5s in the past.
Yep.
But we found, particularly with some of the aspects of this game, that 2s would be handy. Because otherwise there'd be a lot of change being made and so on. So we've added 2s. And we also added something brand new. These are debt tokens.
Debt?
Debt, yes. Well, you know, sometimes you want to buy something and you don't have enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't really do that all the time. But we've actually designed some cards that you buy with debt. So instead of paying for a city quarter, when you buy city quarter, you take 8 debt. And that becomes
your debt.
That's my debt.
Good.
And I cannot buy another card until I pay off this debt in in money.
So
My
you spend
gold
the next
cards.
couple of turns getting rid of that debt so that you can then.
Or maybe I have 8 coins in my hand, a few gold and whatever, and so I can immediately pay it off if I have that much. But if not, I still get the card. It goes in my discard pile. I can shuffle it in, and I can actually end up playing the card before I pay off my debt.
So you could buy this right off the bat, early game.
Yes.
And when you can't afford it,
Right.
but just spend several turns paying off the debt, or you could wait to buy it normally or almost normally and only
Almost
spend
normally.
1 or 2 turns.
Yes, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. So that's a new way to get cards into your hand. We also have 5 different split piles where the first 5 cards are one thing and the next 5 cards are something else.
Okay. All right.
Now this is an interesting one. It costs 8 coins plus taking 8 debt.
This
So
is an
that's-
expensive expansion.
Yes, yes. yes.
Okay.
But there's other things, there's lots of ways to get money in the expansion, so that's
Right.
handy. We have some more events. Events we first showed in Adventures. We have a few more here in Empires. We have another stack that's sort of a split stack. It's a victory point stack. It's castles. And here there are different ones.
And do these come out in a specific order?
They come out in a specific order. They get more expensive and hopefully more interesting as
One
you
of
go.
them is a haunted castle.
Right. So you have, and in a smaller game you just use one of each, but in the
Okay.
normal 4-player game you'd use 2.
Yeah, all right.
So that's a new victory point stack. It's a kingdom card, so it's one of your 10 stacks.
Yep.
Just like the split cards are one of your 10 stacks.
Okay.
Of course, the events are separate as they were in Adventures.
Right.
And then we have something new. I know we already had some
I
other
know.
new things.
Yes? What else?
We have landmarks. Landmarks represent, and they're used similar to the way events are. There'll be maybe 1 or 2 per game, again,
Okay.
choice of the players. And these give you new ways to get victory points. Some of them give you victory points during the game. Some give you victory points at the end of the game based upon what you have accomplished during the game, what you have in your hand.
And that's
so
where
on.
these 2-point and 1-point and 5-point shields come in.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is available here. It's actually available in stores as of, I think, last Thursday and Friday. So it's
Yes.
very, very new.
Excellent. And this is a big box expansion, so pretty much the same number of cards. that we've
300,
seen.
300 cards plus 96 metal tokens.
Wow. Excellent. Dominion Empire is available now. Thank you once again, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Because when you there are 2 cards of value 1, 2 cards of value 2, and so on. You get to 6, and then 1. Okay? And those are the monsters.
We had
So the goal of the game is to go through individually.
That was amazing. He rocked it.
What happened?
I stand corrected. He totally blew through those games, man. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Boss. Right, so I guess I'm doing R&R Games is going to come up next.
I don't know what the schedule is.
I'm supposed to be doing R&R. And then Ninja Division got rescheduled. I was supposed to be doing them too.
All right.
But their stuff isn't in yet, so.
All right. If you want to go get set up for that, what time is R&R? Are they here?
I think they're supposed to be up, and they're not here yet.
Tom went to get them.
Oh, he would know.
I'll take over for you here when you're...
Yeah.
I guess he could make that live.
Huh?
I guess he could make that live.
He already is.
Hi.
I guess you're going to be doing interviews next.
Yes.
Doing R&R.
Sam is on deck.
Red cream soda. What is it?
Red cream soda.
Whose is it?
Tom's. What? You.
Or just pan around so they have something interesting to look at.
I'm just being a dork. Sorry.
Somebody's bored.
I'm just being a goof.
Someone's tired.
I'm just being a goof. This is still going, right?
We're still streaming, yeah.
Hey,
Back table.
how you doing?
Yeah.
Sock, baby. You don't care about the Picamino, but I've never played it.
Really?
Yeah, so they're making me play it.
That's cool.
This one?
Yes.
All right, I mean, you can do it. I don't care. I'm just grabbing the games.
Who's biggest player?
Lion Rampart are bringing all these games to America, which is amazing because Lion Rampart imports. They're just a new company. They're importing Zoc, but like this stuff, the Dry Magic stuff is great for kids.
Oh, it's fantastic. That's a good game. You've never played
Magic Labyrinth? No, I missed that one, and because it's not an American thing, I have to go out of my way to get those.
The one I never got to play that I always wanted to play was the one you play in the dark. That you push. It's, whatever it's called. And you turn off the lights and
You like it?
There you go.
That's
some
good
people
stuff, man. We had a great time. We're working on room number 3 right now.
That one's always seemed really interesting.
Yeah.
How's it coming?
Coming on along okay till the point of we're now going to build it. So we got most of it done.
You've now told the whole internet.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. We did the Alien, the Area 52 or whatever it is. Yeah. That's my favorite one too.
I'm going to go find North Star and Gorilla and Cosmic Wombat and try to get them to come earlier. Because if we can finish earlier, I'm not actually talking to the people on the thing. We're just being stupid.
Probably here would be better because that camera is going to be down on the table. So if you want, just hand that over here to me, and whenever you're ready, I can hand it to you.
All right, good enough. Let's start turning it over.
That song will appear
Album comes out spring.
Yeah, that song will appear on the Dice Tower LP coming out this January.
LP, really? That's old school.
Or hipster.
Or hipster, that's true. Okay, fine, I will say hipster. Is that better?
Yes, I love that.
All right. You're a hipster now.
No, I'm not.
You gotta pick.
I'm a nerd. And old. I'm an old nerd.
How about a nerdster?
I'm an old.
Old sounds really like you've got something growing on you.
Just give me a wave when they're ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hunt down all 3 of these and say, guys, come early. Because if we finish early, yay, right? So I don't know where any of these people are. North Star. Nope. I'll just look for Big Son of Evolution.
I'll come with you.
He's running the camera.
Oh. Yeah, dude. I'm doing this.
Okay. I can take care of that.
All right, so I'm going to run and get these people. If we can get done early, I don't think anyone will complain about that.
How is this computer at 19%, but it's plugged in?
We are jumping to the set.
Because OBS pulls more energy.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We're good.
I think we're ready. Spellcaster potions, right?
Yep.
Timer is kaput. America is kaput. All right. This is R&R Games with Spellcaster Potions. All right. So, hey everybody, welcome back to our summer preview coverage of Origins 2016. I'm here with Frank DiLorenzo from R&R Games. He's going to show us Spellcaster Potion.
Right. This is a expansion that's come out now for our hit Spellcaster game, which is the game where you're playing wizards who are dueling it out and trying to knock each other out of the duel in order to win the game.
Yeah.
So they're casting spells at each other. This one adds these little cool potion bottles, which have their own little corks.
That is completely amazing.
And in addition, there's a whole set of new potion spells, and these are, again, similar to the spells in the game, but these work with the potion bottles, and they create the potion bottles. So you have to basically have the potion bottles to work with these spells.
That's cool.
It's a whole new set that you basically take some random cards out of the deck, you insert these, shuffle them up and go. So it's always different every time, again. It just adds a whole new level of strategy.
Right.
We also put in a little plug here for the Sirenscape app. This is available on iOS Android and Windows, and basically it's sound effects for the game of Spellcaster.
Right.
So you can cast a spell and hear exactly what it's going to sound like as you cast it.
Yeah.
Very simple little game though, and I think it's going to add a nice extra level to the whole game of Spellcaster.
Very cool. Yep. How much do these things cost to produce, man?
They're a little expensive, but not too expensive.
Not too expensive enough to make it worthy.
Exactly.
Huh? These is a really cool addition.
Aren't they neat?
Yeah, they're just really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So when's this going to be hitting?
It literally debuts here at Origins. So
Debuts
we
here at
have
Origins?
it. We basically flew it in from China, and we have the first copies available to buy here at Origins.
Very cool. And what's the price point on them?
That's a great question. You know.
Okay.
I think it's $9.99.
$9.99. Okay, that's cool. All right. Well, that's Spellcaster Potions from R&R Games.
Right.
We'll see you on the flip side, folks.
And that's the camera there, right?
Yeah, this is the one. Correct.
Woo. Yeah, I forgot. What is the price of that?
What's that?
I'm pretty sure it's $9.99.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I can't remember.
Is this how this goes in there?
Well, cards go on one side, potions on the other.
Like that. All right, what's next?
Let's do the Time's Up expansion.
Okay.
Now I just want one of these, and then I want you to start bringing them over one by one.
Okay.
Okay. I'll cue you.
Alrighty. All right, so I didn't explain it to you first. I'm going to clap, game, publisher, then I'll start.
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you have anything close up on this one? Or?
Maybe not. I mean, we're.
Talk about them also.
Yeah, okay.
I am now rolling.
Rolling. R&R Games, Time's Up expansions. Hey everybody, welcome back to our summer preview of Origins 2016. I'm here again with R&R Games, Frank DiLorenzo, and he's got some little Time's Up expansions.
I do. We have the #1 expansion here for Time's Up Title Recall. We've been asked for many years to put these out, and we finally have them coming out. So this is the first one right here, and it contains 120 new cards. So that's now 125. So 250 new names or titles for the game of Time's Up Title Recall.
Cool.
So finally, and notice it's a very small box. This is meant so that it fits actually into the big box. But wait, there's more. This is only #1. Look at this. We've got 2.
There's #2.
2 have come out, right? No, I'm kidding you. There's actually another one in there.
I think
there's
so.
3. We have 3
That's
Time's Up Title
amazing.
expansions.
They
For a
just
total.
keep
Wait a
showing
minute.
up.
There's one more.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my
this.
goodness. Look at this. We have an entire game's worth of Time's Up Title Recall right here for you at Origins. They are here now.
That's very cool. What's the price point on one of these?
$6.99 for each, but you can get the whole set for $25.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a cool idea. So if you only wanted to lighten up it a little bit, you buy one of them.
Right.
But if you don't have the base game, you just buy all 4.
You could buy all 4 and have an
That's cool.
entire game right there. Of course, you'd have to have these 4 boxes,
Yeah.
but if you have the base game, you just stick all of these all together will fit in the original box.
That's cool. All righty then. All right, well that's the Time's Up mini expansions or package deal from R&R Games. See you on the flip side, y'all.
I hope that was fun for you.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, we'll play a little swipe out. This is quick.
All right,
fast.
now I cheated at Gamma. I remember that.
Oh, nice.
I'll have to. I'll have to. Now this is a production copy now, right?
This is it. This is.
I think at Gamma you only had a.
Yeah, no, this is fresh from China.
Uh-huh.
So you put those on your board. I'll put these on my board. Okay. All right. Do you know how to play?
Yeah, I remember.
Am I missing a chip? There I am, yeah. All right. Okay. And we got a little duck out here. Okay. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Oh, we should probably have the box cover.
I'm rolling here.
to send the shot?
Yep.
Okay.
We're ready.
All right, so R&R Games Swipe Out. Hey everybody, welcome back to our Origins 2016 Summer Preview Series. I'm here with Frank DeLorenzo from R&R Games, and we are talking about Swipe Out. Now, if you remember our Gamma videos, I cheated. So we're gonna have a little bit of a
We'll see how he does in this one.
We'll see if I can get any better.
This is the real McCoy here. This is what we brought in direct from the factory in time for Origins. So it is here for sale. What we have is a grid with 25 chips on it. We each have a grid. This is for up to 4 people, so there are 4 grids.
Yeah.
But we're just playing head to head here.
Right.
These cards are the patterns that we need to make. If we flip this pattern, we basically have to match this pattern on our board, then we grab the duck. Whoever grabs it first is the winner if they have it correct.
Correct.
And they get the card. Best first to 5 cards wins the game.
Okay.
So let's start. Let's give it a shot. Let's
ahead.
see how you do.
All right, let's see.
I'm terrible at this game though, so you have an advantage.
Well, I have to cheat apparently. So
Here we go. Ready?
Yes, let's
boom.
Yeah.
I'm horrible. Look at this. This is like not even close.
I didn't cheat that
No,
time.
you got it right. You
That's
got it right.
amazing.
That is totally going to be yours. So all you got to do now is reset your board. All the things that were swiped off.
Which takes longer than we actually played the game.
Maybe, yeah. It's part of the game now. All right, we are reset on here. I did so horrible.
That was a very easy one though.
Everyone knows I'm terrible.
Now
at
I'm
this
missing
game,
one. Yeah, well,
right there.
There it is. I think you're taking it easy on me.
We think that. I'll go with that. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see here. Okay.
Here we go.
I think
Are
we're
you ready?
Yes, we're ready. Let's
Boom.
go. Boom. Oh, that's much harder.
Whoa!
See, I knew you were taking it easy.
Oh, but look. I've got one on the board. That's not acceptable.
That's not acceptable.
No, but neither is yours.
Well, I didn't squeeze the thing
you
yet.
didn't squeeze the thing yet. You got time.
Well, that's all I have to do, right?
You're wrong.
This
You
one.
got that one wrong. But you squeezed it.
I squeezed it.
So nobody gets that one. We're terrible at this game. There are kids that beat me at this all the time.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the basis of Swipe Out. You basically
that's the whole thing.
Just trying to rocket through it and get to that card first.
That's the 2-player version. What changes as you add
obviously
players?
you can have playing head-to-head up to 4 people.
Okay.
You can also play this in teams. You can also play this where each team gets 2 different cards and they each have to do one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a few variations that we stuck in the rules.
Okay.
But the base game is right here, very fast, very quick.
Very fun, very
good for
quick.
families, good for kids, and obviously not so good for us because we can't handle it. But
Our minds don't process information that quickly. Our processors are much older, yes.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, well, cool. That was Swipe Out from R&R Games. Go check it out, folks. We'll see you on the flip side.
All right. Now, fast, quick, and easy.
Is there a variant where you use a little finger?
I'm sure we could play a house rule like that.
I was just trying to figure out if you could actually do it. Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, you can. Absolutely, yeah. It's just a little harder. Comes with these handy dandy little trays for the chips.
Oh, really? It comes with trays too, huh?
Yep.
There's
There's your tray.
Schedule over here?
Maybe Tom walked away with it because he wanted to find the people who are with us. That's probably what it is. Can I have one of those?
Tom's.
Red cream soda. Neat. I mean, I guess they had it in the fountain thing too. I didn't know if it was Barks though. Welcome to all France.
Is this done?
Someone who gets one?
What game is this one? Is this multiverse?
No, it's called, oh shoot.
Or is this the superhero one where you have the top and the bottom part of them?
Yes.
I have it. I should maybe think of the name.
I don't know what it's called. I forget right now what it's called.
Okay, that's good. It gives me the right things.
See how many times I can grab this for it.
It's not a good idea.
Gives you just a little bit of a look at what we have. So we come back around this way. Not a whole bunch of excitement going on, but Z peeling himself. Stop. And right across the way over there, where all these guys are like mulling around a table there, they're having a HeroClix tournament right across the way. So this is nationals, and you can qualify for Worlds later on. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you got WizKids right over there as well. And then see over here, we have Eagle Griffin's demo area, which are right next to it. Off in the distance there, you see Tyrants of the Underdark. We're going to try to have them on in the coming days. And we very strategically placed one of our banners there so that Pikachu is not staring at us all day long. And then we come over here, and you see the Reaper Mini section back there. Arcade Wonders and all that other stuff as well. Mayfair Games right next to us. And so that's pretty much a vantage point from where we are here in the middle of, what is this, Hall D? Yeah, Hall D at Origins. So I'm going to keep following that man because he's trying to stay out of the camera shot. Caught him. I got him. See? One of our helpers this year, this week. He's been very helpful so far. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. All the tanks, I've not played it yet. I'm going to go look at it there pretty soon. That's what the soldier complex shells when they use the classic soldier. I don't know. I know they did the tank exchange for the Great War. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh no, Chad's probably freaking out. Okay, so I got Chad in there. Each class is never at 4:30. They're not in the room. They're not in the room. So we have to wait about 4:15 to shut down. Let's do it. I think I've seen you It's just signing. So this is
Each year he came by, Zyrie, said that he's free at 6 o'clock.
I can wait till 6 if you guys go. We're going to go to Melts.
I would love to go to Melts.
Yeah, so tonight would probably be the best night since the least crowded. And tomorrow we're doing Japanese. The next day we're doing Kickstarter dinner. The next day it's live shows. Tonight's the best night. Or Sunday. Which one would be good? Who's on it?
What's going on?
Guaranteed done at 4:30. North Star is at 4:15. or 4:10, I mean. But they're not in their booth yet. There's a sign that says, "Please see us when you get here," and with Cosmic Wombat. Both of them are on our schedule. So if we're going to wait till 4:15, if North Star's not here by then, we shut down for the day. You okay with that?
He says he can go at 6.
Yeah, and at 6 we're going to walk to Melts.
All right, Guerrilla Games is next.
Forget that. Move.
I'm sitting between you guys like, hey!
Tom's really thinking hard.
Is that on?
Yes.
That's
Get out of
3.
here.
Well, at least the camera's not pointing this way.
Get out of here. Go away, you monster. There wasn't a visual to go with that, so that's good.
Why is Tom thinking so hard?
Oh my ankles.
How many are watching right now? So it stayed pretty solid in 200 for a while.
I'll sign off for 2 games each day.
Time for me to move around.
Getting restless.
Well, the one in the evening we're doing bolt action.
I want to walk around whenever I get a chance. We're done it a little bit earlier than I can do that.
Gen Con 1 year I never played any slots. We probably played enough. Oh, we did. Because we did like 5 or 6 cons that year. Probably about perform. Of course they give you all the stuff. We've done a big custom frame and everything. So it was because you're playing static. Yeah, it's small and everything. It was beautiful. But after playing it many times, I'm like, I don't know this scenario again. So $1,200 bucks, you can have everything. Boards, buildings, they're all, dimensional. Yeah. Just take it. They are very nice. And they were very good building your experts. So the guys are really good building. I like doing it, so do it. I realized after that year that I didn't like doing it. Got it that much. All right. Okay, now it's you. This is crazy. Right there.
Eric Summerer doing the Origins introductory dance. The Origins introductory dance has been known to bring good luck to the interview process, but bad luck to Eric, who recently blew out both knees doing his fancy little dance. Get well soon, Eric. Get well soon. Little known fact, Eric Summerer was once auditioned, he once auditioned for the well-known television show at the time of Corporate Dance Stars on Ice. Unfortunately, Corporate Dance Stars on Ice was preempted on the night that Eric appeared, and that is what I believe caused him to become disillusioned with the public dance scene and turn to board games. Eric, we're really proud that things turned out the way they did.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm proud too.
There we go.
Couldn't have gone better.
It couldn't have gone. You heard it yourself. It could not have gone better. We would agree.
Jeff, just let us know when you're ready to give this thing a whirl.
I am ready to give this thing a whirl.
Okay. There was a little switch on top, and the light should turn green. You go ahead and flip that to put in your pocket or clip it to your belt loop or something.
All right.
And so to sync up the audio and visual,
Okay.
Have a seat. I'm going to say the name of the company and the game first.
All right.
And then I'm going to clap to synchronize the audio, and then I will we'll give it a pause, and I'll start, and I'll turn it over to you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, Eric, do we have things lined up correctly for that camera? Do we need to? Okay.
Good. I'll move it around.
Okay. And this is Guerrilla. Is it Guerrilla Games or just Guerrilla or?
Guerrilla Games.
Guerrilla Games. Okay. And this is Battle Stations.
This is Battle Stations 2nd Edition.
And you're Jeff.
I'm Jeff Sayedek.
Okay. And I'm at Origins. Okay. Okay.
All right, are you guys ready?
Born ready.
Rolling on this one.
Okay. We ready? Okay. This is Guerrilla Games Battle Stations 2nd Edition. Hey, welcome back to the Dice Towers coverage of Origins 2016. I'm here this time with Jeff from Guerrilla Games, and we're going to be talking about Battle Stations 2nd Edition.
That's right.
So tell me what we got here and what's new in 2nd Edition.
Battle Stations remains the only game where you've got simultaneous ship-to-ship and boarding action. So in this little scenario I've set up here, we've got our starship, which is headed towards the sun, but our helm is slagged. Oh no, what are we gonna do? And there's a bad guy there who threw a grenade in there, knocked out our pilot, and slagged the helm. So in Battle Stations, it's scenarios basically like this, where there could be an enemy monster, there could be an enemy crew, an enemy starship, wormhole navigation, any kind of weird stuff like a science fiction show, episodic adventure. And then the players work together as a crew on board the ship.
So this is how the very first turn, this is how it would start, with all of that set up, that scenario?
I kind of jumped us in the middle because we've only got 5 minutes.
Okay.
But generally what you'll get is a mission briefing, like we've got to go capture that ship, or we've got to gather a certain number of units of data, or rescue somebody off a planet. And then when you get there might be a twist where it turns out the guy you're rescuing is out to kill you.
Okay.
And that's where the enemy player comes into play. So each one of the players is a character on board the ship. So this might be me, my scientist here, who's sitting there in the teleporter, and you might be the unconscious pilot,
okay.
And then the enemy player is running the bad guy who came in here, a Trundlian who threw the grenade in the helm. So what we're going to do is take our actions. Well, first thing that happens is ship movement, and our ship, since it's going at speed 2, we're going to go 2 hexes closer to the sun, and then all the players take turns to take their actions. So this guy might, let's say this is Eric's character, might come out here and use his combat skill to shoot at that guy and hit, do damage or whatever. Maybe he knocks that guy out. So now we got to figure out how we're going to get somebody into the helm to repair it before we slam into the sun.
So we have this that we're also, we have our own tactical area that we're using our characters,
yes.
But we also have this impending doom outside the ship that's showing.
Yes. So, and usually there's an enemy ship also.
Okay.
There might be missiles flying around on the map. It's really robust in that anything you can imagine, you can create a scenario for it.
It sounds like between the internal and external areas, there's a whole bunch of variation in how the missions can be set up.
Oh yeah, and that was one of the great fun things I did with the new edition is I got 30 of my designer friends to create missions, and many of them didn't really know the game, and they just said, well, I got this idea for instance, Ken San Andres had this troll world where people are fighting their way to the bottom of the troll world. And so there's a separate map where you're fighting your way through the trolls. Or Richard Garfield does know the game, and he said he's always wanted to do a time travel game, and here's this little nugget. And so I got to have him do a mission for me.
Sweet.
That was great, yeah. And let's see, James Ernest does this. He's known mostly as really a tight mechanics guy, but he actually wrote this really long story about this interesting synopsis for a mission that sounded like a Star Trek episode. And it was great that I got to sort of boil it down and say, okay, here's how it looks like a game. And so the game system itself is fairly simple. You're going to roll 2 dice and add your skill. If it's combat and you're a Marine, you get to reroll one of the dice, and pilots get to reroll piloting dice, engineers engineering dice, and anybody can do anything. So in this particular scenario, our pilot is down. We might not have time for me to get up there and heal him. we might have to just spend our time repairing the helm, and then make a piloting skill check even with no piloting skill. And that's where you're going to spend your luck and try to get it to work out for you.
So you can still push your luck and pull those things off. It's just if you're not specialized in it, you might have more of a challenge.
Exactly. And each character has a special ability which will make you special, like you'll get to reroll your personal damage, or you get rerolls when you're trying to turn the ship, or you can attack with 2 weapons at no penalty and that kind of stuff. So and every time you go up in rank. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. It's continuing characters.
I was going to ask if it was kind of like a campaign, because it sounds very episodic and story-driven.
Yes.
So I was wondering if it was kind of a campaign that goes from one to the next.
Absolutely. It can play as a standalone one-off, or you can play it as a campaign with campaign indicators. And either way you do it, at the end of the mission, your character is going to get experience and prestige and rank up and new skills and special abilities. You might find treasure, or you might get killed. There's clones, so if you get killed, your character comes back, but without any of the experience that you would have gained.
You lose the buffs and everything.
Yes. So what that means is death kind of hurts, but it doesn't just wipe out the party.
Yep.
The flip side of that is that the enemy player gets to play to win. He gets to play, all right, I'm not going to say, oh, well, you guys are about to lose, so this guy's going to drop a grenade on himself. No, he's going to throw the grenade in the helm and hope to try to blow up the helm again and kill me. So then I might spend luck to reroll the damage or whatnot. And that's one of the great mechanics in the game. I didn't invent this, but I really love it, is luck. That it's a certain number of rerolls you get, so that early on, if you had boxcars coming in and you have 7 hit points, that's going to knock you out. But if you spend a luck and reroll and reroll and reroll, you're going to get that down to where you can act. But by the end of the mission, when you're out of luck, then you're out of luck.
You're literally and figuratively.
And we're about out of time, too.
Yes. I just want to say then, so let's wrap up by telling us, where is this in the production timeline?
It is scheduled to release in January of next year, and I wish to heck I would not have said convention delivery, because everybody's saying, hey, why don't you bring it to Origins this year? So no, if you want it to Origins, you'll want it next year, and then nobody wants to wait an extra 6 months.
We'll definitely be looking for this January or early 2017.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, Jeff, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yep. And keep watching the Dice Tower for more coverage of Origins 2016. We'll talk to you again soon.
That was the best one I've ever done.
Goody. All right, so let's grab the next one.
What would you like me to bring over for you?
Let's see, Desert Island, if you would. Actually, if you could crack it open, that would be great. Each one of the modules has a function. So your engines produce power, your helm lets you turn the ship, your cannon lets you shoot at the enemy ship, and the difficulty is the distance to the enemy ship if you're shooting.
Oh, so the farther away, the harder it is to target it on.
Exactly.
It's a nice, simple, elegant little way to do that.
I'm really happy with it. All right, let's get this stuff out of here. And there's some decks in there that you want to open up too.
You want these open? Oh, wait. You're not, Jeff.
Thank you. Oh, should I have turned off my microphone?
Oh,
we're still, no, leave it on.
So there could be somebody out there listening in.
The internet gets to watch all of it.
Yes. Yeah, we are live streaming, so the internet can hear everything.
All right, so I won't say anything untoward about Eric's dancing.
That's allowed, though. We have a special camera just to capture that. Thank you. I got a trash box over there, finally.
All right.
Is there any particular way you'd like these set up?
Yeah, number order. I guess facing the camera 1 through 6. Okay. And these guys.
Hey, Eric. Is this in frame?
Sure, everything's in frame right now.
That's quite a frame.
It's the beauty of having a mobile camera this time. Yeah, if you want to keep things in that grid, that would be good.
So where's the top of it?
The top of it right now is where you put the deck, or where you just had the deck.
Right there?
I can adjust it. Set it up however you want. I'll make sure I have everything.
That sounds even better. All right.
You want these spread out as well?
Actually, no. Those are
Okay.
Those are going to be. Ooh. These are the players around the board.
Oh, neat.
Those are some skull meeples.
Those are the best skulls I have ever seen produced as meeple.
That was a stretch goal at 15,000, and we got to 14,500. And I said, "We're getting the skull meeples." Thanks.
Oh. These little ships too.
Yep, those are the boats. All right.
Oh, Desert Island. Okay.
Desert Island. And I continue to be ready. Go for it.
I'm just adjusting the shot.
Okay. Audio's good.
I'm rolling here. I'm rolling here.
All right. This is Guerrilla Games Desert Island. Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Dice Tower's continuing coverage of the Origins 2016 Game Fair Summer Preview. I think that's all the words I needed to get in there. I'm back again with Jeff from Guerrilla Games, who's now going to lead us through a desert island. So tell us about this game and how this works.
Well, Desert Island is the sequel to the beloved Lifeboat game, and it uses the same love and hate mechanics with a little twist. You're on an island instead of on a boat, and you're trying to get food rather than water.
Okay.
There's a couple other things that in Lifeboat, it was it changed my life, how widely it's been across the world. And it's now in Portuguese and Spanish and Italian, Russian. So I really wanted to, I said, man, if I had another Lifeboat, I'd really be doing all right. And somebody said, well, you've got Desert Island, but I thought it was too close. But it's just like when you go to a sequel and you want to see a movie, you want to see the same sort of movie, same sort of deal.
Okay.
So here we go. You're a character on a desert island, and each one of the places on the island has a little special thing about it. If you're at the beach, then you're going to be the one who gets to pass out all the goodies that you find.
Okay.
So you might find some doubloons, which are worth victory points, or sardines, which is food, which is really important because starving to death is really a bad thing to do.
It's one of my least favorite things
Yes.
that happen.
So each one of the areas has its own little thing, like you need less food, you get extra food when you forage, you can get an extra token when you light the signal fire, and in the cave, you're sort of protected when people want to come fight you.
Okay.
So on your turn, you're going to draw two of these fate cards and play one of them, and the fate card is going to put a fate token on the spot of that number and on that person. At the end of the turn, something bad is going to happen to somebody, and the bad thing that happens will be the thing that there's the most of. So if you have more boars than tsunamis, it's going to be a boar attack.
Okay.
And then that person's going to lose 2 wounds. And the person who it happens to is the person who has the most fate tokens. When you get into a fight or when you try to mug somebody, you get more fate tokens on yourself. So right now, Lady Lauren has the most fate tokens.
Okay.
And each player has their own special power. Lady Lauren can remove a fate token. Frenchie can back out of a fight,
Okay.
which, of course, and the kid gets to steal food from the people next to him, and Sir Stephen gets to add a fate token to somebody. So each one of them has their own special power, and it really, it flows a lot like the game of Lifeboat, but I got to fix a few things like that. Being a psychopath, now it's only going to be, you get points for surviving, you get points for the person you secretly love surviving, you get points for the person you secretly hate not surviving.
Okay.
And if you happen to hate yourself, then you're a psychopath.
Right, I remember that from Lifeboat.
So now in Desert Island, and I might change this for Lifeboat because the rule is so much better, you get 3 points for everybody, 2 points for everybody that dies except for you and your secret love. So you still are going to get survival points. So you still want to get rescued, you just want to see a lot more people die, as opposed to the old Lifeboat rule where you just kept rowing in circles until everybody cried.
Mm-hmm.
So the game plays a little more like a Euro than Lifeboat. There's a little bit more texture to it, and of course the fate tokens are awesome.
Those are just sweet. These are the neatest little skull meeples I've ever seen in my life.
Steve Ratter designed that. The art by Steve Ratter and art direction by Fred Davis is just beautiful. Good.
How do the cubes and chips work into it?
So the cubes represent food.
Okay.
And you need as much food as your size at the end of every day.
Okay.
And the actions you can take are to forage for food, mug somebody to take away either their food, one of their cards, or take their position. Or the other thing you can do is light the signal fire. And at the end of the turn, however many signal fire lightings there are, we're going to turn over that many fate cards, and if we get a boat, wood, and a fire, then we find a boat. And so that gets us closer to getting rescued.
Okay. So, and those are randomized in the deck, of course. So you have to flip all 3 of those over in that flippage.
Well,
right?
if there's 5 people have lit the signal fire, then you're going to have 5 tokens out there. So you flip 5 cards, and that got us the fire, the wood, and the boat.
Okay. Okay.
And then, of course, one of the things I love to do with it is use the card for multiple things. So right here, we're just counting those symbols and ignoring the rest.
That is nice. So you have dual purposes for the
Yes.
cards.
And earlier on your turn, when you turn over a card, if I play this card, see, I might secretly love Frenchie, but that's a 4, and 4 is a really good number because that means I get 4 food if I forage for food. So I say, Frenchie, I love you, but hopefully
you survive.
I love you. Hopefully you survive. I need my food. I'm hungry.
I'm really hungry. Well, so this is really nice. Yeah, it looks like it takes the premise of lifeboats, but like I said, adds some texture, adds some Euro-y elements, a few more layers to it, which is really neat.
Yeah.
So I believe this was recently kickstarted.
Yep.
So what's the production timeline on this?
Oh, this is out. This is just premiering. Well, it's its Origins premiere here, but I had it for Essen last year.
Okay, excellent. So this is out.
The American Con debut.
Excellent. Cool. Well, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for watching. And be sure to stay tuned for the Dice Tower for more of the Origins 2016 Summer Preview. All right. Nice. And you have one more, right?
I have one more.
Cool.
This is the worst game ever. Have you seen it?
I have heard about it extensively. It's always been. It's one of those. This game, I cannot look away, but infuriating in a good way.
Yeah. It's one of those games that if I didn't design it, I would complain about it. But because it's kind of paying my salary right now, I'm going to be kind about it.
Oh man, did you turn your mic off after our first one?
No, should I?
No, keep it up. During the middle of the interview, I thought, oh my gosh, he didn't turn his mic off, did he? But they would have told us, I would hope.
Yeah,
so.
they would. Well, they might not have noticed.
Oh. That made me a little frightened. I'll admit it. That was a little startling.
I'll do it another 12 times.
Okay. So yeah, let's double check your light just because now I'm paranoid about it.
Looks like an iPhone now.
It turned into an iPhone. Ah, yay. All right. All right. Is there anything you wanted to lay out?
No.
Alrighty.
Do it.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
I'm rolling.
All right. This is Guerrilla Games, the worst game ever. Okay. Hey, welcome back to the Dice Towers coverage of Origins 2016. I am here once again with Jeff from Guerrilla Games, and you are going to show me the worst game ever.
Well, unfortunately, last year I released the worst game ever, and there was a great hue and a cry about it because it's the worst game ever. So I decided to make up for it by releasing the best expansion ever, which makes it the best game ever.
I totally understand.
So the idea in the worst game ever is it's really a bunch of cards that make fun of games, gamers, and gaming, and things that you hate, and poke fun of it. So the idea is not to make a card that replicates that, but really makes fun and makes it in a fun way. So you don't want to make a boring card and have everybody be bored. So in the best expansion ever, what we do is there's 50 new cards, and unfortunately these don't have art, but the ones that are actually at press right now do have art.
Okay. So these are just prototypes.
Yes, but it's completely replayable, completely playable. As long as you have a die and some chips, you can play this as a standalone game.
Oh, okay.
So, or you can shuffle it into the worst game ever. And also, you could edit your worst game ever deck and say, you know what, I'm going to leave out this card because this really is a lousy card. And that's kind of what I did on the reprint of Worst Game Ever. So you'll have stuff like people who, let's see, one of the cards is tiny text. So I hate it in a game when there's tiny text on a card. So this card says that you remove any card in play as long as there are more than 4 lines of text on the card. So in the game, you're going to be attacking people and taking their tokens, and the game ends as soon as somebody's eliminated. And then whoever has the most tokens wins. And then all these cards mess with that and change it around so that there could be, for instance, you play a drafting mechanic where you reveal a number of cards and then everybody takes a card. Some people hate drafting. Or you've got Gronyard, let's see, what is it? Play when a player mentions a game published in the previous millennium, and then that player must pay a token to each player younger than them. So
there's still a lot of that meta type of players being played type of stuff in there.
That's what it's all about, is just the kind of fun that you get from one of these goofy games. So if anybody takes it seriously or plays for money, then they're wrong.
Oh, we're not supposed to be playing this for money?
No.
They lied to me. So how many cards are in the best expansion ever?
I believe it's 50 cards. It might be 55.
Okay, but just in that range.
Yes, and I got some sponsors from some various publishers, really good-natured people. It's amazing the games industry when you say to them, "Hey, I want to make your game the worst game ever card," and they say, they don't say no lawsuit. They say, "Oh, okay, you need a logo?" So it's really, I think, Stronghold Games, Breaking Games, let's see, Mirrorbox, Baksha Games.
So they're all in on the humor, and they all get the joke.
Yes.
That is excellent. That for a game like this, that just amplifies the fun level of it when they're in on it.
Yeah.
Cool. So you said that this is at press right now.
It is at press right now, and it's all arted up and it's sweet.
Okay. What's the distribution timeline then for it?
It's scheduled to come out in September, but I might have some at Gen Con.
Excellent, in August. So.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we'll see. If you did, that would be like the best thing ever.
It would be. It would be. I was looking here for a special card to show you. Some of the cards have different backs, like there's a mismatched back, but I can't find it, obviously. So this might be. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it looks like a printing error.
Yes, but that's part of the things. One of the things you hate in games is when you get a printing error. Well, there you go. There's your printing error, and then that card is mismatched expansion cards. And so
that's fantastic that you took the time to actually put that kind of thing in there.
It's full of little Easter eggs like that. And we in the original game, I probably should have. In the original game, we managed to get a reviewer card in there. One of my least favorite reviewers ever, and one of my favorite reviewers ever. I won't say who is who.
We'll just leave it at that.
No, I'm actually joking. I like them both.
Okay, well, with that lie, we'll end here. So this is the expansion to the worst game ever. Is it the best expansion?
The best expansion ever.
The best expansion ever. Coming out in September. And so you can keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, stay tuned to the Dice Tower for more coverage of Origins 2016. That was fun.
That was good fun.
I love the printing error.
Yeah, there's a misprint in the original. I mean, that the card's called misprint, and it's got.
Was that your last game, or do you have?
That's my last game. I can make some stuff up if you need me to.
No. All right, I'm gonna bounce back over there.
Okay.
If it's all right with you guys, I'm gonna turn off my microphone.
Yeah.
And leave.
No. Yeah. I think we.
right, everybody. I have possibly Mike, the board game makeover guy, on deck to come over and do a little Q&A with you guys if you would like.
Are you talking to the internet?
I am talking to the internet.
What are they talking about?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you in the middle of something?
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm commandeering the mic.
Sorry.
Am I too low now?
You look like you're just the right height to me.
I'm on my knees, darling. Okay, so we have possibly one more company coming, North Star, but it doesn't look like they're going to be here. But we're going to wait 10 more minutes. We're going to leave the live feed on for that much longer. We're going to... yeah, okay. It's a good thing I turned my head there. Nonsense. So there's really not a lot to talk about right now because we've been here the whole time. Have any of the games that you've seen, sir? Have any of the games you've seen so far interested you? Like, wow, I really want to try that out.
There was, let's see, the one that was like a pachinko machine, the Running of the Bulls.
I just want to kind of chime in here and feel tall for a second. Is that all right? All
Sure.
right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, no problem. The Running of the Bulls from Calliope Games, where I just like the concept of these dice sort of scattering in this weird lattice, and then the bulls chasing them.
Huh? Oh.
No, this is fun.
I'm on my knees, down on my knees.
Well, now I feel slightly more professional.
I haven't played it yet, but
Who's that from?
Calliope.
I want it.
It's
Is that Garfield's new game?
Garfield's is the one about the bees, where you want to match everybody else's answers.
That does not sound as interesting. Oh, no, that's what were you thinking?
It's a similar concept, except you work your way through this bee structure. Anyway, but
so
this
basically
one,
he stole his own cop game.
The one I'm talking about is Paul Peterson.
Oh. Who did
It's his
Smash
game.
Up and
Yes.
Guillotine.
And so you've got all these dice that start at the top of the board, and then a bunch of bull dice that if your runner matches the value on the bull, you're in danger of being knocked out. And so you're trying to avoid the bulls and stay away from being the same number, and then they sort of scatter to the next level, and you're trying to get down to the bottom, which may score you points. And then you play a certain number of rounds, 3 rounds.
I have to say, I was kind of skeptical, not kind of, I was very skeptical of this whole thing, but it sounds like the first 2 games, to be fair, one is a stolen, it's a revamping of his original game, but I always liked What Were You Thinking? But this dice one sounds amazing.
It looks neat. The fact that it's sort of pachinko-like had my interest.
You like anything if it has to do with Price is Right, you're kind of there, aren't you?
Maybe.
You think the pachinko mechanic would be used in more games.
You mean Plinko?
Plinko. Did I say pachinko, Plinko, whatever?
It's basically similar. But yeah, you can't. It's expensive to actually do if you want a pachinko board or a Plinko board. You got to get all those pins aligned properly. It's a production nightmare.
So I feel like this Origins is already more crowded than last year, same time.
Have we already talked about the registration line?
That's the longest I've ever seen it at Origins. That was Gen Con length almost.
It was Gen Con length. And
that's pretty impressive.
People seem happy now, but they were pretty frustrated.
Well, it was moving though. People were frustrated it was long, but at least the line moved.
The issue, they had a computer issue, at least that's what I'm hearing, and that the line just stopped for a period of time.
See, the thing is, we can always be like, oh, you shouldn't have these issues, but the fact is, I don't know how you can not. We have issues all the time when we run stuff. Computer issues, sound issues, and all that jazz.
Part of the issue is that, you're installing a system. It's not like Origins lives here. This is a convention center that's used for a bunch of other things. So
they
have to load in every year as well. And yeah, you're going to get issues when
you can't test it ahead of time.
Right.
All right, we'll have a soft convention and launch it.
What audio issues do we run into when we try and set up a show 15 minutes before we do our live show? There is a furry right outside the booth. you can't see them, but it's a dancing cat.
It's distracting me.
It's hard to.
Just like
hard to
Chaz
pay
is distracting me here, and Derek's distracting me
Chaz
there.
isn't nearly as distracting as the prancing feline. just like 30 feet
Here,
that
hold
way.
this. I'll swing the camera.
Okay. So what you're about to see, folks, is the prancing cat. We don't know what do we think the name of the cat is. The cat could be named anything. I'm gonna say Sparky. Nah, Sparky's not right. Multicolored paws. I did not see the multicolored paws.
Bring a Dice Tower ribbon.
Well, there you go. See, you too could be part of the show just by walking past the booth here at Origins 2016. See, the internet can't hear Z. It just sounds me like.
Okay, what are we doing?
How many of these have you had? Do you have like a bin of these in the?
I bought two.
Okay.
I had a lychee one.
Yeah.
And this is traditional, original flavor. It says.
This is.
I haven't quite
the
figured
Japanese
out what it.
Calpis.
Right.
Yeah.
Now lychee tasted like lychee. The original,
Lychee was good.
I'm not quite sure what the original is supposed to be, but it's good.
Yeah, it's some sort of yogurt base something or other.
Yeah. But they're very tasty. This came from North Market, where everything apparently is tasty.
There's an Asian market that sells lots of odd beverages.
They do, and they have odd little snacks, and they have a bubble tea place.
Yes.
Bubble tea, so I'll be going back for that.
The line of the bubble tea was too long. I didn't actually go there this time.
I mean, I come here for North Market, and there happens to be a convention
There's some
going
games
on
nearby.
as well. Some.
I had a Belgian waffle sliced in half and turned into a sandwich.
What was in it?
Brie and apple and turkey.
Huh. You lost me at
and
turkey.
Pesto. Don't forget the pesto.
Brie and apple. Okay, I could see that.
It's fantastic.
I'm on board with that. So we are waiting for our next interview.
Yeah,
Is that what's going on?
I think they're setting up behind us.
So how's it been going so far today?
I'm a little punchy, which is kind of weird. I think I've been
tired?
up. Well, I've been up since like 2:45, so I think it's sort of hitting me that I've been up that long, and I'm dancing more than usual. I find.
What time did you travel? I'm trying to figure out when you were in the process of traversing.
I left the house at like 3:30
in the morning.
Yeah, got to
Okay.
the airport at 4:30 for
Okay.
a 6:20 flight.
Got it.
And then I got here at about 10:30.
And you've just been going.
And yeah.
Got it. Okay, that's why
I
you're
slept a
loopy.
little on the plane, but yeah. Loopy is my current state.
Okay. It's been good though so far today.
Yes. Well, we talk about this weird state of Wednesday, where
Right.
there's the convention is open, but we have people coming to the booth and going, so when do things happen?
Because they open in two parts, kind of. So apparently, and this is a story I've heard, I'm assuming this is true, the convention proper used to start on Thursday. But people would keep showing up early anyway. Like
Right.
on Wednesday, people
it's
would
that convention
gather and
creep that you
play,
get.
and
Yeah.
finally they figured, okay, fine, we'll open this half on Wednesday because you're all here anyway.
Right.
But the convention where, most of the convention,
The exhibit
side
hall
where the exhibits
doesn't
are,
open until tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. And so there's this weird soft opening today, and I still really haven't gotten used to it. It's very
Right. Well,
strange.
we're right across from the Mayfair booth, and they are not set up yet. In fact, they've set up some of their tables. They've actually put tape around their booth so that no one goes and sits there and tries to play games.
Right.
Meanwhile, we've got Yellow and we've got Griffin, Eagle Griffin over here, and both of them are fully open for business and are playing games and teaching games and demoing, and there's a good crowd on both sides of us.
Yeah.
And there's events going on behind us at WizKids. There is stuff happening.
But even so, Yellow, this morning, there were people coming in here while they were still putting up their banners and signs, and so it's this weird...
It's very strange.
Like,
we're
open,
open,
like Gen
but...
Con, if you're familiar with Gen Con, they make this big thing about like, when the doors open.
Yeah.
When those doors open, everybody is done setting up.
Right.
Like we're selling
ready
games,
to
we're ready to
go.
go, everything looks good. This, people might walk in while we're still setting up, and by we, I mean the collective we, and it's just...
The royal we.
It's weird, you know? I don't know. But we've seen a lot of interesting games. There's been everything from like little micro games to big monster games. It's going to be an eclectic mix of stuff coming up. It seems.
We haven't had the giant games in here yet, have we? Did some show up this morning that took like 10 minutes to set up?
We had one from L4, which is works with Mr. B Games.
Okay.
It's that really big game. We set it up here on this table. I think it's called War Quest.
Oh, yes.
That's a big old game. I mean, that's way outside of my league, but yeah, that's a big game.
Okay, I've seen
And then we
that.
had everything all the way down to Three Wishes, which is a small little micro game with 18 cards, something like that. And so nice, spread, lots of Euro games, with the stuff coming out from Rio Grande, Guilds of London we've seen, and I've seen a lot of people walking around with copies of that, Guilds of London.
So where are they selling them already?
They had just a few copies.
And they sold them today?
And they've been selling them anyway, because I've seen people walking around with them. So we'll see how that works out, but that's what's been going on. So, what's up? Are you just out of the shot? I'm super confused.
Pretending that I was going to run and get the game, but I ran into a cord.
Got it.
Sorry, is that not happening here?
Are we filming something? I'm gonna go film something.
Okay.
Let's get this.
Or you want me to take over for you?
No, you want to talk?
That's what I'm saying. You're loopy.
This should be the last one.
I can do the video. I can operate a camera.
Can
there
make
need to go
me
to bed?
feel like I've been flying all night. Eric is loopy.
Z Garcia, everybody. All right, guys, I'm going to throw you over to the set now. So, bits and pieces.
Right, so there's your mic. Put that in your pocket or on like your belt loop or something and attach that to you. And we've been aiming for about 6-minute videos. And so the format that we've been doing is very first thing, just to sync up our audio. I'm gonna clap and then I'm just going to say Cosmic Wombat, Campaign Trail, so that they can sync up the audio and video later. Come to me.
That's good. Okay, guys, great. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that stuff. Then I'll introduce you, and then I'll let you mic you up if that's okay.
Yep. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to put cubes on the board, but whatever. Such is life. Those aren't some good examples of cards.
We can probably do that as you're talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, it starts out with some as a thing, but whatever.
So major points that you want to hit are that the Kickstarter finished and it's prototype, and that you're shooting for election day.
We do have a kind of a pre-order on our website through PayPal, so they can still get on. It's a little bit higher price than the Kickstarter to be fair to our backers, but they can still pledge.
What I'll do is I'll introduce it and I'll turn it over to you to let you kind of take the discussion wherever you want it to go. about gameplay mechanics and everything. All that discussion. We
Trying to do this in 6 minutes is going to be fun.
Okay. This is Cosmic Wombat with Campaign Trail. Hey, and welcome back to the Dice Towers coverage of the Origins 2016 Game Fair. I am here with Nathan from Cosmic Wombat, who is showing us the upcoming game Campaign Trail. So, yeah, I believe your Kickstarter just successfully ended just a couple of weeks ago at the time of this recording. So why don't you kind of show us what you have here, how this works, and where this game is going?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we did have a successful Kickstarter recently. Now the version I'm showing here is a prototype, so it has been already done with redesign, graphic design, artwork, and so on. You can check that out on the Kickstarter page. Our website, www.cosmicwombatgames.com, does have a link where you can still get in on it through PayPal. It is a little bit more expensive, a little bit higher price than the Kickstarter for sake of being fair to our backers, but it's still cheaper than MSRP, so you still can get in on it and get that first shipment, so to speak. But what this is, it's about a 2-hour long game playing, you're vying for presidency of the United States. It does play now 1 to 6 players. We hit a solo mode stretch goal, so that's included as well. So the solo mode is also, because of the nature of the way the game works, can be done as kind of a like mini co-op as well. And how that works is 1 to 3 players, you're playing as presidents of given parties. There's an independent party. For sake of gameplay, it is balanced. And with 4 to 6 players, you actually play as teams. So you play as president, vice president, running mate, that sort of thing. And so with a solo mode, you basically have a solo mode as teams you can do as well, which kind of makes it co-op. Essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the most number of electoral votes. Now, it's not, I just threw it together here for sake of time, but basically what you're going to have little tokens here. The size, the physical dimensions of these tokens are proportionate to the number of electoral votes. And so you have kind of a scale, and so that eliminates any math or calculations or anything. You just, as you take over a state, because in the electoral college system, if you have the majority of voters in a given state, you get the entire electoral votes for that state. So as you take that over, you just kind of swap it around. You know where you stand at any given moment without having to do any kind of calculation.
More electoral votes, the wider the piece, and boom, right there you know.
Like California is a really long one, and so on. How the game works, it's very, very, very simple to play, of how to play. You have a hand of 5 cards. Every card has 4 different actions on it, so it's multi-use cards.
Okay.
There's 6 actions in the game. Every card only has 4 of those 6.
Okay.
They're also weighted, for those that care about the mechanics side of it and the game design side, they're also weighted on a bell curve. So we didn't want any one card to be always played as the campaign action because that was more powerful than the other actions.
Makes sense.
So the card that has a good campaign action also has a good fundraising action, and so on. And there's more quantity of the medium weight cards, a little bit of the really powerful cards, a little bit of the lesser weight cards, and so it kind of balances out that way as well. Going through it very quickly, in a nutshell, you have travel. So you're going to have your pawn that moves around. So you have a travel action. So essentially, you play a card, carry out the given action, and then draw a new card. So it's very simple in how to play. But the strategy comes in what action you choose and the timing of that action related to what your opponent's doing and so on.
Knowing when to launch that smear campaign or when to do
so
that ad.
In time that they can't react. So you have travel, you're moving around, that sets yourself up. You have fundraising, fairly self-explanatory, trying to get enough funds because you need funds to do other actions. And then there's also registering voters, which is kind of thematically representative of you getting your campaign workers out there, recruiting them, getting them to register to vote for your party, that kind of thing. In gameplay sense, it's another form of resource management. So you have funds and you have your registered voter pile from which you put out cubes onto the board. Cubes represent voters in those states. And then your kind of meaty actions, or what we call direct actions, are advertising. Advertising is done on different topics. Now the game is specifically designed to be neutral. You don't have to take a specific stance. It's just these are the issues. Now, depending on the given players, you can bring some satirical fun with it if you want to, or role playing or whatever, but it's designed specifically to be completely independent and that sort of thing. But advertising is meant to be more geographically dispersed with lesser impact in those areas, whereas the campaigning action is within a different grouping of states that's on the card. And I don't have the best of examples, I just drew some randomly here, of course. But there are different regions of states in the card, and you have a bigger impact, but it's more geographically located.
I see.
And it's related to where you travel. So that's where the travel kind of sets yourself up for future turns.
And this represents the candidate traveling around the country campaigning.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, so you can advertise kind of diverse based on the cards, depending on what you have. But if you want to campaign, you have to be kind of in that location. But campaigning, because it's kind of an extra cost of that travel, is a bigger impact within those locations.
So there'll be different times during the gameplay where it's more advantageous to do a certain one.
Correct, correct. And it just varies depending on what's going on and kind of reacting to what your opponent's doing while trying to kind of implement your own plan at the same time. And so there tends to be a lot of back and forth a little bit. What we found, it's been play tested literally hundreds of times. It's been in development for 4.5 some years. Been at Gen Con and other conventions the last 4 years. But what we found is the first few rounds is kind of swingy. It looks more swingy than it really is because, again, if I gain electoral votes, that means my opponent is losing that same number of votes. So it's a bigger swing.
Yeah.
So it looks more swingy, but then what happens is by the end of the round, it inevitably almost always happens so that it almost always is very close. It's kind of interesting to see, like, because people are in the beginning of the game, sometimes they're like, wow, I'm like way behind, is there any point? But there is very much and it's nice because at that very last round, it's very tight, it's very like, that very intense, which is what you want in a game as well as the experience. It's thematic as well. You have that climactic aspect at the end. There's some event actions as well that do kind of a hodgepodge of things, affect different things in different ways. There are 2 debates in the game. You're not debating orally with your opponent. There's represented through the cards. And so there's another aspect of that you can kind of plan for.
So there's multiple aspects of the election going on, not just the campaigning and the advertising with the card play, but there's other things that you're going to have to accomplish in order to get the votes and win.
Essentially, the campaigning and advertising are the main components, but there are other hodgepodge events and so on. And then one other thing is we also have variable player powers. Okay. So the different players have a strength and a weakness. So again, they're weighted, they're balanced in that sense as well. So if a given candidate has a really strong strength, they're going to have kind of more significant weakness and so on. So they balance each other out. And then also, so it's partly working within those strengths and weaknesses, but then in the team game, you kind of have to work that together as well to make sure you're kind of complementing each other. And they do, in the full version, they do have full artwork and everything, of course. So again, it's prototype, but...
well, speaking of the prototype, so after 4+ years in development, it sounds like you're actually getting really close to going to press and trying to get this out. What's the targeted release deadline for this?
Yeah, so the target is to have it in backers' hands by the election day. We can't make any guarantees that, production timelines and shipping and freight and all that kind of stuff varies quite a bit. But we're trying very, very hard, literally many sleepless nights at this point to get the files in. Yeah, so that's the plan, is to have it in backers' hands by election day.
Cool. So. Well, much like the candidates in the game, we won't hold you to your campaign promises of getting it on shelves on election day. But excellent. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. So. Thanks for sharing this with us, Nathan. Yeah, and for everyone else watching, thanks for watching this, and stay tuned for more coverage of Origins 2016 or whenever we are from the Dice Tower.
Super Pro.
Nice. This game was actually, it's my brother and I are business partners. This game was actually designed by our dad back in the 60s or 70s.
Am I on?
Yep.
Okay, flip. No, I'm going to stand. I'm too excited to sit. Okay, so that's it for our live coverage here at Dice Tower. No, not Dice Tower Con. Origins Game Fair 2016, day 1. We will be doing this again tomorrow. We'll be doing it again on Friday. I love these guys. Anyway, so we'll be doing this again. Probably we'll start at 9. Same thing, 9 to noon, and then 1 to 5. So look for that tomorrow, and then we'll also be doing it again on Friday. There's a possibility we'll be doing live streaming on Saturday, but if we do, we'll just be like turning the camera on and letting it run. But anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell. You've been watching the Dice Tower, mostly with everybody else. Do 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 do.